Hello, I am the Ronan Pawn, and welcome to a twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn. It's important to hold the left cup of your headphone while you speak in this industry. Hello, the 14th Doctor. Hello, the 14th Doctor. Hello, the 14th Doctor. It's a Secretary Pony and the New York Rangers fan 97. Why are there no names? How y'all doing? I just thought up a good way to symbolize split personality disorder. What do you think? Shut up! So you have an eye, but it looks cracked like glass. Each segment of the eye looks different, representing each personality. Great. Turn it into a mural. And the inside of you is just, like, on your wall. On the wall of your parents' home, even if you don't live with them anymore, just go to their home and put a mural on that, just on the outside, too, so everybody can see it. And then they'll know that you have some kind of... there's something wrong with you, man. Welcome to Twitch.tv. Hello, Archroach and Diesel Buff. Welcome to the live stream. Today is a last-minute call. What are we going to do? We're going to do Kerbal Space Program. We're going to do Planet Coaster. I put it to Discord, and the voices came back saying, let's have us a bit of the old Planet Coaster. Please bear with me. We may have technical difficulties. Planet Coaster will just absorb as many frames as you can possibly give it over the GPU, which means the frame... I don't remember if I've got this set up to where it actually works. Is basically where we are. Shut up. Is basically where we are with this, for 60 frames per second. I really just should have gone down to 30. You know, it doesn't look as smooth, but it can handle it. We're going to find out right now whether or not we can do Planet Coaster in 60 on just this rig, because I have forgotten. Good day to you, Pawn, you lovely creature of the cosmos. Hope all is good with you, says Artroshi. Well, thank you. All is with me. Okay, just duck a little bit. I do this every time, but it just seems appropriate. My college race car finally got funding, says Why Are There No Names. Beer cheers, is a guy called Pie. I'm drinking rum and coke. Or actually just Faygo. There's no rum, even. There's just... Whitney left some Faygo here, and I thought, let's try a bit of the old sugar water carbonated. And you know what it tastes like? Carbonated sugar water. With a chemical cherry kind of thing going on. It's beautiful. I love it. So yeah, what's been going on with me? How am I feeling? Since hope all is good with you, says Artroshi, that gives me a nice in. I think I blacked out last night after the live stream. I don't know. It's hard to say. Look, we're online in Planet Coaster. Open the game, go to your parks. I did a little bit of work since last you were here. We have Promise Park Day 5.5. I stick a 0.5 on the end of the days that y'all weren't around for. It's been some time since I touched this. But a week and a half ago or more, I got in here and I touched some things up. I had another pass at the lighting and at some other things that you will be seeing shortly, hopefully in a frame rate that will handle. I'm a G&T man, says New York Rangers fan. Is that a racing reference? Are you Grand and Turismo? What? My favorite thing to do is down a pint of vodka, says Why Are There No Names. If that's your favorite thing to do, I'm gonna recommend some changes in your life practices. I enjoy it as well. Is it my favorite thing to do? I'm gonna go get a beer. It is my favorite thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the shuttle bay of the USS Enterprise NC whatever 1701-D. People, this is... okay, how do you control the things? It's middle mouse. This is the NC 1701-D. How we doing on the GPU? We're just barely holding together, aren't we? We're fine. We're fine. There have been some changes. One was a reduction in the lighting because I had just overkilled the lighting in this section. Maybe I still have, but it's significantly better than it was before. The NC 1701-R, the Ronan Pawn model. Man, this shuttle bay is looking sexy, says a guy called Pie. Thank you. I did come back and do a bunch of work. I reduced the number of just littered, like, objects. I had a bunch of these scattered around that was just like, space filler, whatever. And I have gone through, and if you look at reference photos for the NC 1701-D shuttle bay, there's these lines going up. There's paneling, basically, in the shuttle bay. So I went through and, just edit the building. I put these bits all along the interior of the shuttle bay in order to give us that paneled look. And it has this paneled look, including, like, things that go across like that. So we got a nice paneled look in here. I've also, finished up with these areas. We've got our alien standing there looking down on everything. He's, from where you can see him, he's just kind of, he's got his hands on the keyboard. Maybe he's moving them back and forth. Maybe he's masturbating. We don't know. And then we come up here and we find out he's holding a gun, but whatevs. I've put in a panel behind him, like is in the reference photos as well. And I've given him a little, because nobody's ever going to see it really, console to stand at. Also, I installed a pole right up his rectum, and look at him. Look at how much happier he is. If I would have known that, I would have given it to all the park employees first, because these guys, look, he's not super happy. If we get a pole up his rectum, I won't even have to pay him anymore. Especially if I put a little, like a motor attached that just kind of... I think they'll love it. Anyway, my PC is holding up really well, actually, considering I'm watching this on one screen and editing 1440p video on a slow hard drive on the other. Well, good, Guy Coldpie, because was it you having some trouble on the last live stream? Hopefully this will hold together on my end as well. We're at about 72% GPU consumption. I have figured out a way to lock Planet Coaster to 60 frames per second. I mean, it's just VSync, but I went through a bunch of stuff in NVIDIA's settings to make sure that it didn't have the option to go more than 60 frames per second, because this is one of those games where if it can do a, 7,000, it will. I've moved some things around, I've recolored them, I've reduced the amount of lighting. One of the big things that I did was, before I had a whole bunch of the little, where's a wall light? There's probably a wall light in here, yes. These lights, I had like 1 million of them around this in order to cast this like blue haze that's supposed to be from the shield that protects us from, outer space, from the vacuum of space getting into the ship. And what I'm doing now is I've just got a couple of these big blue bastards. And I even stuck one over here. It's off. It's just there because it looks nifty. I don't know. But, yeah, I think that's a kind of a cool little touch for a theme park, when you've got, they've got like lights and stuff, and if you're just taking stuff out of storage and throw it around. So they're tucked in under here to throw, big light, but only have 2 sources instead of 1 billion. Hey, Pawn, light simulator again, says Angio1. I think we're actually done with lighting all of the interiors that I've worked on, more or less. There might be some touch-ups that I stumble upon, but this is pretty much it, baby. In terms of the lighting, I'm very happy with this room now. One of the things that I did, that no one will ever notice, I finished off this little area, this corridor. It's got the nice, boxy, we actually carved the Enterprise out of stone, so we had to support it. The Enterprise, the hallways of the Enterprise D very much have that look of, damn, there's a whole lot of structural support here. Was this thing made of tinfoil? So I boxed this in, I finished it to the point that I like, and if you were to, say, use this panel and this hatch and go through this wall, you would find, I should put one on this side too, but you would find that this is how the employees get up here, and then they walk over, and then they just, kind of insert themselves down onto the vibrating pole. So there's, I've added some realism to the poles that go into everyone's rectum. Well, that Space Force field needs to look way more neon-like. This is as good as I'm gonna get at A Guy Called Pie. If they had laser beams in the color blue, perhaps we could do something with that, but that's as good as it's gonna get. And I'm happy with it. It is a theme park after all. We're creating a theme park where we're simulating an appearance, and that's my explanation. That's how I get away with feeling all right where I leave things off. For example, in this room, the transporter room. This is the closest I could get to a transporter-y looking effect. I think it's a space engine's fiery blue plume along with some steam or something that's being gassed up, and that looks alright to me. Looks fine. I love the transporter room. It was the first thing that came together a lot. Came together really well. And then I have put around some sci-fi trash bins because I think my janitor was getting really pissed off. Not sure if he even works here anymore. He might have just gotten that pissed off. And, once again, nothing's changed in this room, but in case you're just joining us, this is Worf's quarters. There's Worf, right over there. That's him. And he's programming a new video game. It's a cookie clicker simulator, but it's based after cows. Of course, Worf does ceremonial battle with his Batleth, aka 6-shooter, because that's the closest I could get. He's got a bed back here. There are no beds in this game, so I invented a bed out of, well, the pillows are made from marshmallows. Let's not talk about it. And then there's bathrooms. So there's actually a reason for everybody to come in here. And that's what I've been looking for, is can I make sure that there's a reason for people to come through these areas, and that I'm not just doing this because I think it's fun, which I do think it's fun. And then last but not least, in our, every single time we play this game, we go through this damn review, is something else that also I don't think has changed since the last anybody saw it. Welcome to the deck of the bridge of the Enterprise D, right here. This is black. Watch out, view screen. These, by the way, these animations made for us by a Parallel, by Sir Madam Parallel. Yeah, this is the deck, the bridge of the USS Enterprise D, and I think I'm also done with this, except for this. I do want to create stations for Data and Wesley Crusher, where they would have been, you know, driving the ship and whatever the hell else they're doing there. But other than that, this is done. This is beautiful. I'm a happy pawn. Klingons do not sleep on weak, dishonorable human beds. That's why I had to manufacture one out of marshmallows. And these people are just really happy, you know? Look at how happy she is to be working here. She gets a lot of business, even though there are literally no open rides. This is basically our rides in this thing. You get to walk through the Enterprise D, and then you can get a hot dog and a soda. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with where everything is right now, except for there is one thing that absolutely needs to be changed. Oh, there's the captain! Hello, Picard! He grew a little bit more on top. You know, grew out the mustache, colored it, and decided to be a janitor. He's in retirement. He's sick of having to order everybody around the ship, you know? He was just like, why is it... He was really pissed off at the policy that Deanna Troi had to actually be on the bridge. He's like, I never understood why you're here, Deanna, and if it were up to me, you wouldn't be. And so he said, screw it, early retirement for me. If we come around here, here is the section that needs to not be. We're just going to delete this whole thing. This was supposed to be the, holodeck. And this was as close as I could get. Well, in my first pass, this was as close that I could imagine doing it. We've got laser beams to, you know, be the colored strips that are in the walls of the... but they don't have yellow, so we just had to go with red. And when you walk through here, you can hear your testicles being irradiated. So, you know, which is a good policy for, like, population control, but it's just not working for me. This doesn't work. My notion, of course, as always, was that when you enter the park, the idea is what you see here suggests that your entire life until now has been a lie. You've just been living it on the holodeck. You walk through the holodeck, and then boom, you're into the park. Pawn, the holodeck looks fine-ish, says a guy called Pie. Just needs to be yellow. Yeah, and the game doesn't give me options to change the color of the lasers, and the lasers do not. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it all needs to go, and I think I need to be more true to the original reference photos of this, and we found a way to do that, because, you know, what I've just done... Oh, by the way, just passed through space and into... What I've just done here, with all these little bits to create, you know, very thin little, you know, strips along the walls, I can easily do that out here on the holodeck and paint them yellow and make it look right. Also, drop that. Also, this holodeck is far too cubular. I would like it to be cubular. It makes sense to me for it to be cubular. Cubulish. I'm sorry, cubulish. But the fact is that the holodecks on the D were very much like racquetball court size. They were thin and long. Keep it, please. It looks awesome, says a guy called. I'm not a fan. I think it has to go. I could save it for you, but I want to at least give it another try. And this is an entirely separate building, so I'll tell you what I can do. Guy called Pie, I can set it aside, and if we get lucky building something better, then it's dealt with, you know. Where's Holodeck 1 when you need her? Well, she's on the holodeck. It's a really sturdy space frame pawn about the interiors of the Enterprise D. The more structural support, the better. If you've ever seen a starship without its skin, you'll notice it's very, very dense and tough looking. Okay. Pawn, that space force field needs to look way more neon-like. Alright. A guy called Pie, you have a lot of opinions. You were just talking up a storm in chat. Hey, Pawn, Light Simulator again. Okay. Scroll back down, Pawn. It's a hollow deck, says Zorglov. Yes. There's just not enough in here. We need to fill it with things. In fact, here's the poll that we were going to use if it weren't this time of day. Set the lighting, change me to 10 a.m. All my beautiful lighting goes off and we have to deal with, you know, Planet Coaster lighting engine, which is, I believe, far less, you know, hard on the GPU anyway, so things smooth out a bit. But these are the polls that I will be using for the holodeck. Let's just move this damn thing out of here, out of the way, because this is the plan for today. Yeah, so I think I blacked out last night after the live stream. It's having really hard chronic fatigue, worst chronic fatigue I've had in several weeks, maybe even a month. And I hadn't eaten all day. And what's interesting is you look up chronic fatigue syndrome and they'll say, you know, controlled spurts of fasting can be good for it. Well, I've just been not eating breakfast lately. I get up and, one, we don't have any food in the house, and two, I just don't feel like eating. But I hadn't eaten at all. And we did the live stream, 3-hour live stream, and at the end of it, if you go back and watch that one and just go to the end, we just, like, talked for 15 minutes. I was just sitting here, and you can look at my face and see I've got one lazy eye. You know, it's a little bit lazy. That eye was so lazy for the last 15 minutes. But yeah, I got up. I asked my dad, actually, to help me get some food and get some more beer in the house, because the beer actually helps my chronic fatigue, which also isn't supposed to work for chronic fatigue syndrome. So maybe my chronic fatigue isn't CFS. Maybe it's something else. I need that diagnosis. But, he made the run. We were going to go together, but circumstances and whatnot. And he made the run and brought back food. And I remember sitting down on my couch and eating the food and turning on some YouTube on my television out there, using the Steam Link, which I never use for gaming, but I use it as a friggin' Roku, to watch my computer, to watch YouTube on my TV. I remember sitting down, eating it, delicious. I remember as soon as I started eating it, like, I went from, literally, I have a cane, and I was caning my way around the house. As soon as I, like, got a couple of French fries in my system, I immediately started to feel like, okay, I can walk. And yeah, I sat down, I ate the whole thing, I had a beer with me, and I remember, like, the last bite, and going, that was good, that was just what I needed, sitting back, and then I don't remember how it was that I fell asleep, when it was that I took my pants off, because I was wearing jeans, so at some point I took my jeans off to be comfortable. I don't remember that. Basically, I remember finishing the meal, sitting back, looking at YouTube, and then I woke up in a position that I don't remember getting into on the couch at like 2 a.m., and then I got some peanuts, because I still felt like I needed something. I wanted something sweet, but it wasn't around, and I had some of those, and I fell asleep in another hour in the bed. That's the first time I've ever had where I like, feel as though I had a blackout experience, and I've never had, like, a drunken blackout experience, or any other kind of blackout experience in my life. I do not remember. I was so tired. I've been so tired that you just kind of pass out as soon as you get into a room, but I don't remember. I've never had the experience of not knowing when my pants came off, and waking up in a position that I don't remember being anywhere near. So that happened. I'm not playing with a full holodeck. Pawn.exe has stopped working. Yes, and then it was a Windows update. And they didn't ask me about it, they just shoved it on me, and then I woke up and, why are my pants off? Well, for the Windows update. This beer of mine is so light I don't think you can even get drunk off of it, says a guy called Pie. I feel you, Pawn. It's very weird when that happens, says Why Are There No Names. Yeah, first time it's ever happened to me. I mean, it wasn't like I was out somewhere, so at least that's not, you know, it's not like scary in that. I was out somewhere, and then I was home, and I don't remember getting there. It was just, I was tired, I was on the couch, and then I was waking up. And where are my pants? Anyway, that was the holodeck. Shall we make the holodeck part of this building? This time? Everything is part of this building right now. I think, what the hell. I can more easily separate something from the building than I can. In fact, I don't think you can make something part of a building. You can tear it out of the building, but you can't make it part of it. Thanks, Frontier. Spiked drinks is on Keel 1. I've had an experience where I was pretty sure somebody spiked my drink before, but maybe it was... You know what that was, actually? Okay, and this is years and years ago. But once upon a time, I used to go down to a coffee shop and play music with friends in Pontiac, Michigan. And one night, I was just having the weirdest, like... I can't even remember what the feelings were, but I was feeling like somebody had drugged me. And I just stopped drinking coffee and started drinking water and water and water. And there were these two girls there that were kind of weird, and they were mean girls. And they were goth mean girls. I thought that they had spiked my drink with something just to be funny. And in retrospect, I think what happened was that was my first instance, my first bout with panic attack. Because I later found out that I had developed an intolerance for caffeine. And caffeine was giving me significant panic attacks. So that might have been that. But yeah, so I'm a very healthy and strong individual. It's funny because I am in all these other ways. Except for the ways where I'm not. The parting gift from Whitney. On Kill 1, you prick. Guy Cold 5 cheering 5. Editing a video is a lot harder when you have to decide if every edit and every cut you make looks era appropriate enough. Also, the color grading has to be reminiscent of an 80s movie. Oh, you're doing an 80s themed edit on something, are you? How are you gonna do this, Pawn? Is it Control D? Yeah, you want to control your D, everybody. Because then you're gonna wake up and you're not gonna know where your pants went. Trust me. Trust me, you gotta control that D. Anyone else just hear a cat scream? They're both behind the green screen right now, and I'm sure that they're whacking at each other. Don't whack at yourself. You're gonna wake up and not know where your pants went. How do you want to do this, Pawny Pawn? Not like that. That and that. And one more? One more? Yeah, alright. One more out. Two more out. And then, okay, the entrance or exit, entrance and exit, of the holodeck that's going to be here, you know, you got to have the arch, right? That's the thing, is you got to have that arch. It's very important to, you know, convincing anyone that you're doing the holodeck there is to have the arch. So the arch will go right over the actual entrance to the park. Huh? Pretty interesting, novel, just, of course, Pawn sort of an idea there. Let's seal it all in. Ding, 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 ding. Down, ding, ding. It's a Let's Play sort of thing in the style of a high-budget 80s teen movie/TV show. Pilot episode's gonna be done before the end of the week. Cool. Cool. Let us all know, and then we'll, you know, tell you that we watched it, and we didn't, really. Let us all know. We'll promote it for you. I'll have a look and decide whether or not I want to... Make some floor. Make some floor for the interior here. Neat, neat, neat. I love that, you know, the experience of entering this park, if it really did exist, is you come through the holodeck, then you're in tight corridors, you get to sort of marvel at the appearance of the Enterprise D and go, oh, wow, they really did the Enterprise D in here, didn't they? Why are you above ground? Shoot. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. These should be on exactly the same level as the next ones, and then, oh, it's the terrain beneath, Pawn. Yes, it's the terrain. I apparently haven't flattened it enough. I didn't do this right. I didn't do this properly, but I'm not going to rebuild all these terrains because now I know how to do it properly. Flatten the foundation, indeed, and then this is the foundation that I want. In fact, could you make that a bit smaller for me? So I'm not screwing things up that are too far away. So if I did this, I think you're going to have to delete the paths first, Pawn. Yes, I am, aren't I? Oh, I hate deleting paths in this game because it's so hard to get them to do what you want them to. It's like, it takes me a minute to even understand how this works. So if I hold down delete, and I can do that, and I can do that. I'm sorry! It'll be open and just never again. Just never again. You guys just chill out for a minute, and let me now lower the terrain. You know, you get in here, you want to do some things, they're going to be fun and whatnot, and you end up spending the whole time messing with just things that you didn't plan on. Lower terrain, please. Okay, spin the mouse. Spin the mouse. There we go. Just underneath all of this, the terrain is being flattened so that the path will be at the level of the other path, is what we're hoping is going on right now as I'm dragging this around, because we have no visual indicator of that, because I'm making interiors, and this game really isn't designed for interiors, is what we've found. Can I make your length smaller, and then, or maybe from another angle, and you just won't snap, and I can get back what I had before? Yeah, no. Well, that's fine. It's fine, I guess. It's fine. Where did my... And now that didn't work, so we're closer now, but this didn't connect properly. I wonder if that's going to be because of where that is or something. Right, delete that one more time. Did you delete it? You did delete it. Give me the terrain thing again. Flatten to foundation. I'm sorry. God, there's so many people want to come to my park that has no rides in it. I'm really good at marketing, apparently, because there's no reason to come here, and everybody wants to. Fucking hell, game. Just fucking hell. I may have to end up fixing this. We're going to ignore it for now, is what we're going to do. We're also going to ask ourselves the question, why are there no rails? The rails are there until I actually place it, and then the rails go away. Over to advanced settings, railing on ground path, okay? Don't put a new thing in, just give me rails in the places where I've already got them. Ah! Camera system that I love. Have I mentioned lately that I hate you? Just delete it, and then attach it. Ah! Rails all the way! Because I want them. And then we'll deal with that, you know, never. Possibly. Possibly never, is what we're thinking of. But there you go. There's the entrance, and now the new holodeck has to come off of here. Whew, Pawn, it's TNG. Build it, and they will come. Indeed. Indeed. They just flow right in. You don't need rides or anything. Probably feel more comfortable in the Enterprise D than I do in my own house. I just roll around the carpet all day and stare out the windows. And mount the chairs, of course. Mount them? Why would... Don't mount them. You're gonna forget where your pants went. Or something. We're still editing the building. I need to open this up now. Actually, what I kind of need to do, what I kind of want to do... Settings. Grid size. Give me a 2-meter grid instead. I think I have to build the arch first. In order to know how I'm going to assemble the entrance, then the entrance is going to define the width and everything else. So, TNG Arch, people. Look up your own reference photos if you want to, but we're going to look some up right now. Give me another one of these, and give me TNG Holodeck Arch. I need that, and give me images, and F11 me. So, here's the arch, and here's the whole room. This is a pretty good close-up of the arch. I mean, it's definitely someone's 3D model work of it. I don't think that's definitely not the actual one, but looks good. It looks good. It's a good reference photo. Wouldn't you say? I would say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that over to the other monitor, and just you down like that, and minimize you. Just show me the image on this screen. Please, just the image, please. Now, don't go to the website. View the image. View the... Where's the button to just view the image? View saved? No? Okay. Did things change here? Open image in new tab. Yes, that will do. And then make it small enough that I can control the rest of this whole damn live stream rubbish. There's a lot of things on my screen that I want to be able to monitor. Okay, I've got a reference photo of the arch available to me. They removed the bottom, Paul. Well, I've removed the bottom, too. Why are there no names? Look. Everyone here but you cares. Who cares? It's just Star Trek. No one cares is why are there names. The specific room that was never, ever seen on the actual show is slightly too wide. This specific room... The holodeck? I mean, I know my version was too wide. It's a friggin'... Is that what you do? You're making fun of me? For saying it's too wide? It is too wide! Shut up! You don't know! Maybe they've got one in here. I'll just search Arch. There you go! That's it, right? That's basically it. What have I used? Actually, let's have a look around the Enterprise from what I've already done. Because I may have already used something somewhere that will just take care of this for me. Or at least give me some inspiration, because I don't know what parts I'm going to need. For example, this. See? Now that's why you do that. I've selected that one. Come all the way back to somewhere near where I want it. Control D. Spin. Lower. Yeah. It's not quite as long as the arch. The arch is a bit wider. It's a bit wider. Let's have a look around. That's a good, starting point, though. That's a good first thing. That's what I'd say. Drop whatever it is you got. I can hear you doing that. So that was one of these. Over here, I built my own out of bits and bobs and ends and odds, which look nice and everything. Let's go have a look over in this room. Anything archish that I arched it up and made it archy? I think that's probably going to be the best that we can do out of, like, single parts. And trying to build anything that has, like, a nice curve to it, I found, is a problem in this game. Pawn, you can just... What? Tier 5. Pawn, can you just ban names? He uses Bing and hates Star Trek. That's not allowed, is it? Why are there no names? I need to see your 80s movie first, and then we'll make that decision. If that's going to be, like, the foundations of my archway, I wonder if I can give it depth, because it definitely needs depth, and these things... Grid size as small as I can have it, 1 meter. And then D, I can at least do that for depth. I have to spin it? You look off a little bit. Maybe it's because you're embedded. I can get that kind of depth. That's not enough depth for me. I might have to build this thing myself, because otherwise I don't know that I'm gonna... Or, if I can kind of hack it. I've hacked it before, the grid system. I know I have. I've made it work even though it shouldn't have worked. Oh, hello. Or I could just put 4 of them. Right? You said you'd do it just a moment ago. You said, I can do that for you. Yes, you can, but see, the way this works, okay, this is how you hack the grid system, okay? I'm going to put one down there, and then I'm going to move you in, and flip you back around, and then... No. No, you see, it wasn't willing to place it in a certain point until I placed it at the other point, and then it was. Let me do that again from scratch, okay? So here's the point that I'm working from. I duplicate it, and now it'll put it right there, but then it skips a space and goes there. You see? So it would put it there, but then it skips the space and goes to the next one. Now if I put this one down here, it refuses to put one right there. If I put one down here, then I can rotate and... No? Didn't we just do that? Am I just confused? It's entirely possible that I'm just very, very confused. I swear I can hack this system. I'm going to drop from there, and then I'm going to instead start from here and duplicate. And then when I rotate, can I get one that fits in there? No, you don't like it. If I duplicate from your position, and then I rotate. Rotate again. No, I swear, if it's something to do with this. Like, I place one there. If I placed one there, and then I duplicate it off of you, and then I should be able to draw it in, 1 meter, spin. No? Damn it. There is a way to hack the grid system to get it where you want it, so that you can place things like this. And I swear I've done it on accident. About in the other direction there, Pawn. Can you get it to come over here? Spin. See, so those are the 2 spots that it will go to. That one or that one. And if I spin it, it's still just that one or that one. So spinning isn't making a damn bit of difference. Good. Got it. I understand. I put you down here. And then duplicate off of you. It just won't. It just won't. In that one space between, does anybody know the trick to this, or can confirm that trick doesn't work and Frontier is just awful at their jobs? Like, why would you reduce my ability to do something like this? I swear there's a way to make this happen. Aha! 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 If I click on you and then I select your grid, click on an existing building piece to set grid size and grid height. Yeah. And then... Yeah. No. If you, and then select grid. You! And then, No. No. Oh, now you've gone back up to 4 meter, have you? Good for you. You go down to 1 meter. Still just that one spot that I'm not allowed to build within. Son of a bitch. Game, I'm going to have to build it myself because I can't figure out how to get this to happen. Could you make one arch a completely different building and place it free in the world to fill the cap? I actually couldn't. Luffy loop. I mean, I wouldn't want to. I really want it to be attached to the building, but I actually couldn't because if I made a separate building... Oh, you mean just one arch as a completely different building and then place it where I want it. That I could do, yes. But that means these 2 buildings are separate, and I just don't like it. I just don't want to have to do that. I'm just gonna have to build my own arch. I'm gonna have to build my own arch. Thank you, game. So let's go over and grab the kind of stuff that I've been using so far for building my own arches, which is these chunks. And these chunks are actually pretty good for that, maybe. I'd like to see something thinner. I remember using some thinner stuff up on the bridge, like these. Ooh. It's magic. Now I'm remembering. Panel, because these are all panel walls. Don't you have one that does that? You do. It doesn't have the nice curve that the arch is supposed to have. Maybe I can wedge something in there and make it look like it's got the curve. What are your other options, Spawn? I don't know. I don't know. This game, man. Like, there's so many things you can do with it, except for all the things that I want to do with it. From the day that I started, you know, working with this. I just been dying for, no, that doesn't do it, that doesn't do it, that doesn't do it. But, now that we are doing it, like, ourselves, I can at least change sort of the... I want it to be, you know, wide, but that's offset. That's one side's closer than the other, and that's too wide. And then if I do like this, you're too close. That's what you're looking for, Pawn, like that. That is at least the width of the arch, okay? But it definitely needs to have that, you know, the arch. Otherwise, it's not an arch. It's just a square cut out in a wall. So we'll deal with that. We're still having the problem of thickness. I need the thickness, baby. Give me one of these. Let's see what we can do with this. I mean, it really is just a experiment kind of scenario, isn't it, down in the barrio. If I rotate, it doesn't change its position, it just that. And you will be eating into the width that I want, and then we'll end up with it being too small if I do it that way. Damn you. Damn you! That was enough. That was more than I wanted of it. Pawn, why not put your own models in the games? Is why are there no names? Yes! Why don't I go in here and fix all the work that Frontier should have done in the first place? That's about where we are with this thing. You know? They've got parts in here that can be, and they would work, except for they, like, artificially limited, unnecessarily and stupidly, what you could do with them, and the ways that you could twist them, and the ways that you could place them, and they're stuck to a grid, but you can, and on certain pieces you can move it to 0.25 of a grid, but not on this piece. This game makes me sad. The arch is very important. We've got to get it ever just so. I remember that there are things under sci-fi. Let's go to scenery, and let's just look at, put the milk filters on, scenery theme, sci-fi. There was something similar to an arch. There's stuff like that. Massively large. Too large for us. There's stuff like this. There's an archway, but not at all in the style that we're looking for it, and again, too large. I could probably sink it into the ground, I could do it like something like that, and it would be more to the scaling and the size. That would actually get her done in a hurry, wouldn't it? It'd be like, screw it, and then just deal with that. It's not in the right style. It's not in the right style. The arch does not look like that. We'll have that in mind. We can come back to that. What else do you have in terms of archy looking? Engineering deck archways. Yeah. Again, doesn't have the actual arch to it. Has, padding on the inside of it, so that's not quite right either, even as an interior piece. Doesn't get it done. I've got to build it from scratch. I just need pieces that will help me with that. Please, for the love of game, will you? Parts of that are effing impossible to mod, and there's plenty of people with decades of experience in various programming languages that play it, at least in the communities where I hang out. I maybe need to spend a fair bit of time looking through mods, because if there are mods for this game, and I'm sure there are, you know, that's what I really... What the hell is that? Okay? It's going to be so cool once we get off the TNG situation. Whoa. So this is a piece of a transformer that fell off. What the hell that's supposed to be? What are you? Metal walkways? Oh, neat, neat. I was actually trying to use those on a different piece and didn't come together. Yeah, so we're not going to get away with just, hey, they've already got it in here. And none of these parts I'm seeing are something that I can, ooh, maybe I can use that. Sci-fi defense tower? It's got a nice thickness to it. It's kind of you know, it's fairly nondescript. I'm looking at the reference photo back and forth. I mean, the idea would be, you know, bury it to the level where it looks like it might. Blech. The Visual Basic C++ and Python parts are relatively easy, but the core game data is a hot cluster of all sorts of stuff, says a guy called by, yeah? I'm like a cat chasing a laser pen because I keep hearing my name, says Roshi. Really? Arch? Spaceship Engine 4. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice little bit of kit. Yes, I don't see, I know, Something of thickness. You have thickness with a curve to it. Inner arching corner type thing. Again, I'm just going to float around and see, you know, what have I done before? What have I used? How have I solved these problems previous? This is the best thing we've got going, but it just doesn't get her done. Doesn't get her done. I can't make them thick enough. I think that I can. I think there's a way to do it, but I can't for the life of me figure that out. Do these look wider than that? Is it just because of the... Is it an optical illusion that you look wider than the others? We come up a bit. Up there, and then... Where are you? Come to me. Come to me. See? There you go, and then come up. They just look wider, but then when you put them in place, they're the same as all the others. Come here. Yeah, they're the same as all the others. Just looks wider because of I've made it shorter and longer and sure. Whatever. So I'm not seeing anything on here that's going to help me any more than what we already knew. Holodeck? I got nothing. I swear to God there's a way to, like, jam this thing up and make it happen. Actually, it was happening when I was screwing with it, when I was messing with it. I swear it was happening, like, over here. It was something I was doing with this area. Things that I was placing that would be grid-based parts. Maybe very, very small grid blades, but that's not a grid plate. That isn't it. How did I friggin' break the game in order to get the game to work? That was what was important. Why do you always need a couple of hours of stream before you allow yourself to get into profanity? You're always so chaste and Christian at the start of these streams. Shut the f up! You're right. Well, I wait until it's, you know, legitimate, until I'm not making it up. Yeah. Back over to building. Doesn't need to be panel. Curved. Let's try the word curved. Okay? Let's see what we've got. We've got... icing, trim, curved. It would be, like, curved and probably roofs if it's going to be a grid-attached piece. That's curve on the wrong direction. I need to curve like these are, but these are, like, literally... these are trim. And not that kind of trim. Get your mind out of the gutter. Look, just for reference again, this is what we're looking, this is what we're trying to do. Anything like that. We've got a piece, if I could just force it to be the piece that I want it to be, if I could force 3 of them to stand next to one another, I'm going to put some more time into that, because that seems like the, I swear I've seen it, or at least I will have proven, undeniably, that it can't be done. That the game is truly artificially limited in this way. And either way, I will feel accomplished. So you... just sit out here. I don't care. Yeah, well, put it where it's going to probably be, Pawn. Put it, and then that's not where it's going to be. How do you do the control and advance move? Oh, you can't. Right, another artificial limitation that you can't use snapping when you're doing this system. Sit there for a second. I'm just going to delete you guys, or at least move you the hell out of the way. Sit over there. Gimme you. We'll be back into the position where I think I want you. I think I can make this look better if I... yeah, put it there, for God's sake. And then grid height. Okay, if I change the height to like a 2-meter thing, maybe a 1-meter thing, then I can at least grab this, and then I can make it a little bit shorter. Yeah. Yeah, I think that helps. That helps a lot with making it look like it's got the right dimensions. Because, I mean, look at that, and then look at this. You know, now it looks like it's got about the right dimensions. All I need is to figure out a way to stack 3 of them next to each other to give it the width that it absolutely needs, or else it's just not gonna look right. Paul, the secret of good design is getting so drunk that it looks good no matter what you do, says Why Are There No Names. I will, you know, at the live stream break, we'll make this whole process better when I go and get myself something to drink. So there's 2 of them. All I need is for one to fit in between the 2 spaces, as we have previously addressed. And look, it looks like it will do for like half a tick, but no, it's just popping into not and out of existence. Grid size on the 4 meter. Okay? Is that how you budget, Pawn? It might be. That you take something like on this 4 meter grid would have to be over there. So, is this the secret? Give me the 1 meter grid placing again, and then if I move you to, say, I don't know where the 4 meter would be, but let's try you here, and then from there, put it on a 4 meter grid, duplicate, and then the next 4 meter grid that would be in the direction of is way the F over there. Okay. Try this. Duplicate that on the 4 meter grid. You want to be there. Or there. I swear that there's like, if you budge this around, this is the only reason I'm doing this. I mean, you're probably thinking to yourself what I'm thinking to myself, is that you can't... See? You see? Do you see? Because that one was only willing to put itself there and there, and then this one's willing to put itself there and there, and then if I duplicate from here, it's not going to... Wait, if I duplicate from here on the 4 meter and then spin it, does it? No. That's for walls. Walls do that. If it's from you, and then on the 4 meter grid, then you'll go in either of those 2 positions, which things wouldn't do before. If I go down to the 1 meter grid now, and then I come off of you, and then I da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then... Oh, you son of a bitch! You on this 1 meter, and then no. Are there just 2 separate grids? I swear, like, before we did that, it wouldn't place it there. Take you off of here, on the 4 meter grid, and then put you out here, and then grab this, and on the 2 meter grid, I don't know, just trying things, on the 1 meter grid from you. Yeah? No. Damn it. Also, Paul, I thought there was a button for grid free movement. If you could tell me where that is, I would love it. You search the internet right friggin' now. If that exists, then I want to know. I want it, because I haven't found it, and we've been fighting this every single time I open the game. I end up having a problem with this. So you let me know. Like, select grid reference. I can change the grid reference point, and then maybe if I referenced myself to something else somewhere else, get grid settings from this object, and then using those grid settings, that changes your height. Sure it does. Sure does. Come on down. Oh, and it also changed the grid height, which did. Not 2, but 1 meter. 1 meter, and then grid size of 1 meter. I just can't get 3 of them to sit next to one another. Yeah. There's a way to squidge it. There's a way to squidge it. Wall decorations without the word curved or panel. Find me something that's on the grid, but that's very, very tiny. You take this railing, which is a 2 meter part, and I set you there. Let you spin you around. Yeah. I don't know. Set one of those down next to one of these, and then select grid. Select the grid from that object, and then using the grid from that object, I duplicate you, and now I still can't. It doesn't, and it won't, and it don't stop. Yeah. Can't you clip them, Pawn? Just take 2 and 2 and clip them. They're all attached to the grid. Let's see what happens. Okay, good idea. At least something to experiment with, a guy called Pi. If I delete that, I select 2 of these, and then duplicate. if I rotate, sometimes with the walls, when you rotate, it moves it over by a grid. It moves it to the inner or the outer when you rotate them. That doesn't work this way. Yeah, they're still just attached to that. I can change the grid height. I can select the grid, get grid settings from one of these objects, and then select both of them, and then duplicate and on a friggin', and then it won't even, now it's stuck to the 4-meter grid, too. It won't go to another one. Now, the two that are separated, duplicate those, and then, why you know, why not, baby? No? Like, it's not even, is it in there somewhere? It would have to be, because it's on the 4-meter grid system. So you two managed to go there, and if I duplicate this guy and shove him between you, with the smaller grid controls, oh. Nope. I can do that all day long, so that's a thing. Just put them friggin' everywhere, and then take two of you. You'll be on the 4-meter system, but I duplicate, and then yeah, it don't do. It just don't do. Take the two separated ones, put them on the 1-meter grid, and clip them with join ones. Sadly, what I'm noticing is that I can't put them on the 1-meter grid. Guy called Pie. So these guys, okay, duplicate. And down in my controls down here where I usually have the ability to set the grid, you know, size, I can't. There's no, you know, if I just have one of these, if I just grab one, then I have the ability to set the grid size. If I grab two of them, we're on 1 meter, and then when I duplicate, it forces it to be on, that's not on the 4-meter system, but it's also not showing up at any of the places where we would want them. Planet Coaster, ladies and gentlemen. Planet Coaster. I can't figure out, I swear there's a way to do this. I've just experimented with everything that I can come up with to make it happen. It ain't happening. Tell you what we're going to do. What are we going to do? For now, we're just going to have to live with it. Are you building the time tunnel? We're going to just deal with a too wide thing. It sucks. It's not right. Shouldn't be this way. Should definitely be able to do it another way. Can't. Because, again, it sucks. That's as much as depth as I can get on it. We're just going to deal with it. I mean, clearly, from these things, it would be better if there were a third there. It would really sell the fact that this is the TNG Arch. But that is not an option for any of us. So, I'm just going to deal with this. I know I could have made that decision before, but I really did. Like, I feel better having gone through all of those possibilities and having ruled them all out. Maybe use different pieces to fill in the gap between the two arches. Something that has a longer... It wouldn't work because we're trying to get that curve. Like, that's pretty important to... It could... We might be able to use that in the long run, sort of a thing. But, yeah. I'm just gonna go with this for now. We can do this, Pawn. Keep it... You know what? Look it up online. I swear Noah Croft found me a link the first time this happened and sent it along, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. That's clearly like a hack. That's a bodge. I don't want to be designing based on a bodge. And then maybe someday they come back and fix the bodge, and then, you know, your models don't look right anymore because they changed something or something like that. So I didn't want to do that. Now I am completely willing to do that because I think the bodge is actually part of the game. I think it's kind of how they meant for it to be made. Moving on. This could actually just, you know, be a thing that isn't going to sweep the legs out from under me as well. I need to have a small, interactable, like, it doesn't have to be a TV screen, but I need to have something there. And the smallest video panel that we have is 2 meters. We have some that are just TVs. You know, like, how big was this thing? Give me that. And then bring that over here. I gotta fit something there for the look of it. Okay, that's the wrong angle to be. If I V, and then I spin, and I think that's the smallest thing that you can get. is a 2-meter wall screen. Doesn't have to be a television. I don't have to put output on it. I just need a black thing that's very small. I have used elsewhere just little squares, extra small. It's not rectangular, but I can't really even make it rectangular. I can at least say good enough with that. Maybe someday we, like, you know, actually figure out a way to make this work, and then it's better. Give me an X, drive you into the wall. Damn it, pawn. Okay, you gotta remember, escape does not work that way in this game. The reason why I want to hit escape is because you may notice, like, how do I could just click off of it, okay? But usually what I'm looking for is that check mark. That, any other game designer who was building just, I mean, this is just models, and this interface is really the only game. It's the only thing you're really designing, otherwise it's just, you know, a 3D modeler. Anyone else would have said, gonna want to make sure that that never leaves the screen. It's fine, it's fine. They did good. They did really good here. Really worth the $45 that it went to market as. There, now we've got a screen at least, and from our reference photo, I'm looking at some little, you know, similarly colored panel with, I don't even know what that is. But it's a thing. It's a thing is what it is. I need something similar to that as well. Smallest rectangular-y thing I can get is that, so that's going to be too big as well. Okay, just drop whatever it is you're holding. Drop it. Bring up advanced move, then take it off grid, I think. You cannot take grid pieces off grid. Is sadly a thing. But unless you're X or V, maybe, says why are there no names? I mean in reference to what? Here, I'll take a grid piece. I'll take one of you guys just to experiment. So duplicate, and then you're on grid X. V. Ah. And the thing is, with grid snapped pieces, I don't have the option to advance move them. You can only move them. You can't use them on the, you know, with an X on the grid. Again, why? What is the justification for that? Why would you do that? Why would you make it so that I can place them here and here, but not here or here? Like, what? What problems were you trying to solve that you decided to, like, frickin' just cut me off at the knees in my designs by limiting me to this grid system the way that this works? I don't understand. I honestly hope never. Well, then we're bones, is where there are no names. I think we might be a little boned. Guys, there's a lot of path here. You could have, instead of merging through each other. I need to come up with like a little panel that goes there. I don't think I have anything small enough. I don't know. Ooh, maybe you. Maybe one of these guys. Give me this and maybe spun around backwards. Okay, ah, shoot. I shouldn't have hit shift while I... No, we're fine. It's not a grid piece one. So what if I were to... Okay, put it on this side, and then... V it? And then... No, how do I... I can flip it once I place it anyway. Give me V, and then put you down there. Yeah. I mean, that kind of looks alright even, you know, as it is, but since I've got the reference photo here and I'm trying to match it, now with these pieces, you can do advanced move and stuff. So X, X again, I can rotate on a snap. Not exactly, but it's a panel. It's definitely a panel. Can I change the color of the back of this panel? Would be the next question. What would it be? It would be, well, grab this, because I think this is actually the correct color. Grab this, open that up, touch that color. Actually, touch it a bunch. I have to right-click it a bunch, and then it eventually appears in my list. Another little bug that's in there. And it is a bug. And then, okay, so I can change that color. And I change this color. Again. Okay, that is supposed to match. What about the other colors? This one, also that. And that's just for the light on the other side, so I'm not going to mess with it. So there, we've got a little panel. It's supposed to have two little, like, raised things on it, here. I mean, I'm getting pretty damn specific at that point, unnecessarily, but it is the arch. The arch is pretty prolific and prosaic and important to the holodeck. I'm now actually looking at, where are those lights that I got? Those big, chunky, clunky, like, stuff like that. But, maybe I'm thinking of this bit. Yeah, that's not right, though. Oh, in the bathroom. I think in the bathroom I used for the entrance to the bathroom. Yeah, these. Excuse me? No, that's the restroom block. No, I want the light that's right there, I think. Right, it's right here. Fiberglass light strip, 4 meters. Alright, I don't even want that one. Talk to me about fiberglass light strips, though. Not sure where they're gonna be. We'll search this area for them. Light strip. Okay. So it's not gonna be under building or under scenery. Get under building, and then fiberglass light strip. I need one that's like short and fat. Fat and short. Short and fat. And these are all going to be too long, aren't they? The 4-meter one. Yeah, because we need one for the top here that just pokes itself down. If I did something crazy with these, merge them together. Okay, so what I'm thinking is something like, okay, you there, and then take you, give me my advanced rotation tools, spin you so that the light is flat. Okay, that's not, there's no snapping to where the light actually comes up flat, but maybe there was, but it didn't look it. And then give me world axis translation, and then grab that one, because clearly I'm not trying to grab up here. I'm trying to grab the blue one right now. It's fine. It's fine. It's just, it's the fact that these are the things. Like, this is what you would be doing if you're building this game. This is what we gotta get right. You know, other than that, it's just a bunch of models that place. Like, this is the game. And this is how they did it. This is their best effort. Good work! Come down here. And I'm just trying to find the place at which the light just barely starts pushing through, so that when I do my rotation, I can get it so that it's, you know, as flat as I'm able to. Maybe there. Pull it back up. Pull it back down. That's good and close now. And then, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be perfect. If you're still tearing like that... Are the lights on a bit of an angle within the model? That's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, look at that. That's really good and close, and that's enough for me. So, I'll show you what I'm doing or why I'm doing this in just a moment. I'm going to start with that like that. In case, here, I'll show it to you right now, in fact, so that you're like, why the hell is he taking all this time to do that? The light. The light that comes down like this. Drops down, and then there's light in the middle of it. Very important that we have that if we're doing the arch and we're trying to do it properly. Also, you know, I like taking it slow, don't I? I watched an old video on Twitch instead of the live stream. Just noticed it because I'm going to sleep. Genius, says Evil Dr. Vulcan. Welcome! The Planet Coaster and the fight for control in a builder. Hey, Pawn, if you use the ridge tile roof left edge, it can offset the grid by small amounts, says Mishy Fishy. That's what we were looking for. That's the trick. I'm pretty sure that we needed Mishy Fishy. Ridge tile, roof, left edge. Let me finish this, and then we will come back and we will tinker on it. Because now that I'm here and I'm doing this, let's try and, you know, get something, for the love of Christ, done. Does everyone love Christ here, by the way? He's a good dude. You know, seriously. You know, don't believe his followers, what they say. That's not what he was about. But himself, the man himself, good dude. Okay, listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. So those like that. Place. And now, give me this kind. Put it on snapping. Spin it around 90 degrees. Drag it over here. Okay, and then from underneath, what do we got? How's it starting? How's it looking? Fine. But Jesus, I dragged it to a beautiful spot, too. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Not going to touch that. You're good. Give me another one. Drag you over to this side. Okay, just make sure that, that you're still touching one another. Ever just so up here. Have a look from underneath. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. Okay, and then the OK button. Thank you, and then escape, and then it's gone. Beautiful. Pawn, did you know that when Stage 9 is finished, you'll be able to traverse the entire ship seamlessly, without obvious loading or whatever? Every room and then some, modeled in Unreal Engine 4 style realism, also VR. And the show's entire cast is present too, not kidding. Well, that's That's what they say. You know what they said about this game when they were designing it? It sounds very good. Right. We will look at stage 9 eventually. We will definitely. Okay, again, I'm not clicking on those, but thank you for selecting them anyway. I did need them selected eventually. And then you guys, and then all of you on an X. Am I, what happened there? Oh, there it is, of course, because these 4 things, their control point should clearly be all the way down there. Yeah. Dropping you down a little bit, and I'll wedge something in the middle to try and make it look right. How are we doing on matching the space from one side to the other? Not good. Not good, and because the, control... The axis, the translation tool, is decided to be 4 meters in-game down from where the objects are. This is what we have to deal with. Tier 100, Planet Coaster Steam Workshop has a holodeck pre-built by someone, as well as corridors and more, says Jermaine. That's me. I've started uploading them. Don't tell me that. I'm making my own. That's Jermaine. Why are you always the spoiler? Spoils everything. Comes in, you know. Vader is Luke's father. It's like, Dramacian, stop it. And then he comes in and he's like, hey, you don't have to have done the 40-some or 60-some hours, probably 40-some hours that you've already done. Somebody already did it. Next you'll tell me, and it looks way better than this shit you've been doing. Like, don't tell me that. Are you... Be an adult. You don't shit on people's dreams unnecessarily. Of course someone's already done it. Simpsons has been around for 30 fucking years. Of course they already did it. I know that. I'm trying to have my own fun. Oh. There, now we've got the cursing. Also, my internet is fucked, so the actual watching the stream part of watching the stream may be problematic. Hello, Hologram One, and welcome. Also, I'm 60 frames per second, and maybe I shouldn't be, and I'm sorry. I need something to wedge in there so that you can't see, and I think I'm just going to take another one of these. Have you already got the coloration that I need? Yeah, it looks like it did. So what I want is spin like that, and spin like... Alright, I'll do it when I get it in there. Just going to take another couple of these. Will that work? They're going to be too long, aren't they? Because I'm going to need you like that to fill it in. What about this bit to hide it? Give me that, and then if I put you there... I mean, that almost looks good regardless. But if I put you there... And then I come back, and I rotate on the 90 again. Maybe I can just hide the fact that there's an opening there. And give it a little bit of, you know, extra character because there's, you know, stuff going on here. Just the fact that there's stuff is you know, tends to be nice. Do I put it on the inside or the outside? I think the outside looked kind of cool like that. You can still see the little edges where you could kind of see through, but I don't hate it. I quite like it, in fact. So we're sticking with that. And then, I need a, what is it? Control X is duplicate in advanced mode. Control X, slide you through here to the other side. And then a rotate on snap, so that you're nice and flat. And then, shoot, I'm just noticing that this is different on one side than the other because of the depths and whatnot. But that's what we did on the other side, and I'll move it on the left and right until they're evenish. There you go. And then drop that selection. Now give me all 6 of these objects, and I will translate them, you know, from a control point that's going to be 8 meters underground. I will translate them all a bit to the left so that they look similar to one another. And indeed... Control point 8 meters underground. Just a bit over to there. Almost. Right about there. It's pretty good. And yeah. Yeah, it looks nice. Enough is what I was going to say. Boom. Done. Got it. There's the beginning of our arch. In fact, that might just be our arch. Done. Pawn, is your Steam username Lord Demos 4 by any chance? Because that guy has some corridors and they look perfect. I like yours better, but his are totally accurate to the show. This is a guy called... Yeah, that's me. I've been doing that in my off time. Quit telling me other people did what I'm doing already and better. It may be the truth, but being honest is not the best policy, usually. That's what I found. Tell a woman how she actually looks in that dress, and you'll find out yourself. Wait, so what was that part we said that we could... Yeah, the cursing is back. I knew this game would make it happen. What was that part we said would fix this? Ridge tile roof left edge. Alright, so get me in building. I'm in building. Ridge tile roof. Ridge tile roof left edge. So this is a grid. This is a grid piece. Okay? So if I'm supposed to be able to, like, move this grid piece to bodge the grid, because it can snap it can't snap anywhere. It also skips frickin' spaces and whatnot. It's fine, whatever. If I can use this to bodge, dodge things over, where would I put it? Like, you can snap there, you can snap there. It doesn't look like it's gonna do what I want it to, which is to, you know, allow me to bodge in the thing, what if I Z it twice, oh, and bring it back up? And I don't know. Those are just going right through one another. Stick your dick in the charging point. This chat is just toxic. Yup. So we got that there. If I then, like, I don't know, select the grid that these are on as the center starting point, and then I grab the U and I duplicate. I can. It's off, but I can. Okay, that works. You can. It does. Ah. All right. So what I need is you, to, move. Prick. You need to, wrong placement. I need to be able to auto stacking, add to building, grid reference, this, I don't know, and then if I grab you, I need you to, yes! Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, you mother... except for now you're stuck to that for some reason. Give me you, grid size 1, and move again, and now I can move it on a one-size grid. This is where it was before. I snap it like that, then I select the grid of the one part that screws everything up, aka makes everything work in the game, and then I duplicate you on his grid, and you can now, on the 1 meter, can now be 3 thick! Yes! Yes, we made it 3 thick! Oh! Oh, it works! It works. Oh, and that looks so much better. That looks so much righter. In fact, here's what I'm going to do for you. What's the angle? What's the angle? What's the angle? Kind of like that. And then, Tier 5. 3 thick. It's thick. Super thick. How do I unignore someone? I ignored Pi a long time ago and don't remember why, so I feel like it's a good time to lift that. I don't know. Does anybody know? Slash unignore? I don't know. A_guy_called_pi is the name. If you have to do it. Okay, so give me this, give me this, give me this, and now we gotta thick it. Gotta be thicker. I actually like that it's a bunch of, you know, it's 4 small instead of 1 big one in the middle. I can't find the part that I'd want for that. So I'm just gonna move these 2 out a bit. So you're going to be the ends. Okay, and probably something like that. And then I'm going to select just the middle bits. Just you, and you, and give me a Control X to duplicate it with the advanced move. Move you in to the point where you touch that guy, but aren't doing a texture tearing thing that you're doing right now with the one next to you. It needs to come out just a little bit more. A little bit more. I need you touching, but ever just so. That, and then I'll grab you, you, and you. X, again, underground, makes it really easy for me to make these very subtle adjustments. Thank you so much, Frontier, for, you know, actually thinking about anything that you were doing when you were doing it. Pull you out. About there. I think that's okay. Go back up. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And drop it. And there you go. It's off, it's unusual, it's not quite right, it's beautiful, I love it. It's until I find something better. Okay, so now we can actually fit things in here. Let's see, in fact, because I need this again to see if it would even fit. It's the smallest television-looking thing that I can get, I'm pretty sure. So give me a duplicate. It's still going to be too big to match the space, which is fine, because what we're going to do instead, then, is I'm going to advance move duplicate these two parts, and, well, kind of. Do that with this one, anyway. Maybe not with this one. But those two now create the proper width, like, black glass screen that would have been there. That's not so much working. For now, maybe I just move you over a bit like that. And up a little. Okay. That's the arch. Except for some other things that we need to fix. But that's the arch! It's kind of true. There are some other things that I want to fix out of that. I need some tits, but not my own, says RMAJ. Oh. Fun fact, when you revealed your face names, I thought you were female. Face names? I don't have any face names. You have to pronounce his name in radians to break the spell. Okay. References I don't get. The last thing that I would like to do with this arch to, like, really sell it, for me anyway, is this. This bit, I want it to chunk out like that. So I gotta find a piece that comes out like that. These lights actually do that, don't they? Christ, the whole thing's gonna be made of, like, 3 parts. But I will have to hide the light part. Let's see if that works anyway. To get you a chunky monkey. No, because the angle is always going to be on the side where the light is. Okay, forget that. But I'm pretty sure there are parts in here that I can use for that. Give me... I actually have no idea what I would... Let's stroll around the ship. See what I've already used. It's probably going to work for me. It needs to be thin, or small, rather. It doesn't need to be... Well, yeah, it needs to be thin and small. What could I use that gives me, you know, that kind of an angle? If I have to use the lights, I will use the lights. These lights. Because they've got just the right kind of angle on them. A little bit long. And I can change the colors and make them work and stack them next to each other, but all we need is a nice little angled bit. That chunks into something next to it. Anybody seeing anything that looks good? Looks right? Looks usable? Because I ain't seeing it. Go harass your ISP on the Twitter or something. For your better internet? Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way. Let's check the bridge. Because I did a lot of stuff like this up here. I could shove that, you know. Could wedge it into the ground a bunch and probably make it work. Yeah, go ahead, give me that, I guess. It's a straight piece, isn't it? Come on, you're giving us agita. Is that... No, it curves at the end. Just give me one of these straight chunks, I think. Oh, they're not straight either. Well, give me one of these straight chunks, because I know you've got a version of it that's straight. There's that. That's double thick. That might work. I don't know. I don't even know what I've got selected, but I know they exist in here anyway. Watching in 720, it already makes me feel like a dirty peasant, so I dread the thought of 160p, says a guy called... What have I got? What did I make a copy of? Okay, that's definitely not something that I wanted. Give me... You? Are you a grid-based part? You are. I don't think a grid-based part is going to be useful to me, no. It's not. Give me those curved beams that I said. No, not those, because they just might work even on the grid system. Give me one of you. I might be able to wedge them on the grid underground in such a way as to create the effect that I am seeking. Where are you? You would be above, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd be up high. Bring you back down. Come on over here. And then... Yeah, no. Very, very, yeah, no. Like, if I could get you in the right position, doesn't like my grid settings. And then down, down, down. And then in. I mean, if I can bodge it the way that we did with the last piece, then maybe. Yeah, actually. Okay, can I have it there? Yes, but that pops out of the wall. Oh, lovely. What if this were now 4 wide? Then it seems a bit too wide, doesn't it? If I were to make it 4 wide, but what if I duplicated this and made it 4 wide, which shouldn't be a thing where I need to move things around because we've already... Oh, maybe it will be because I bodged the grid. Make it 4 wide on the interior? It's not really where you need it though, Pawn. Damn it. If I made it 4 wide, then I could use 2 of these in order to... It would be a 2 meter wide thing at that point. I could use a television screen, because it would now fit, I believe. Give me that. Scenery, TV screens, where's just a television screen? TV screen 2 meter. No. Just 2 meter, 4 meter, 2 meter, 1 meter. TV screen 1 meter. Yes, the television screen would then fit, and I could put a interface on it. I've got multiple LCARS interfaces loaded up. If it were 4 wide. That would work. That would work. And then I could have 2 of these next to one another. Okay, let's go for that. Problem is, now that I've bodged the grid, I need to, like, unbodge the grid. If I select grid, your grid, and then I duplicate from here, can I get you to... Where are you? You're there, you're on 4 meter, down to 1 meter positioning. Yes! Boom! On that side. Lovely. Then get rid of that. You're 4 deep. These things are now not actually in the right place. Not actually in the right place. That's fine, though. Is it fine? No, it's not fine. And then I need you... Why did you jump up like that? Because you're on somebody else's grid system. Oh, is that why? Yeah. Why is everything so horrible in this game? If I move those in, they're not quite going to be the right chunkiness, and then I got all this up here. Let's do the parts that aren't going to piss me off immediately, which is 1, putting the television screen in. Television screen goes in, and we change the image over to LCARS. That one. That one actually looks very much akin to the one that's in the shot. Slightly different coloration, but it's definitely like one of their science-y displays. Okay, good. And then X, with the, and then we're okay. Need to, like, sink you in a bit. It sucks that you get to see the bezels on the TV, you know, but screw it. That's pretty cool having the LCARS right there. Definitely goes along with the original theming. Drop you down a bit. I'm just sitting here going, if these things are not going to line up and be actually 2 meters the way that they are, maybe you just don't use them, Pawn, like that. But I'm also thinking maybe I should have the entrance over there. You know? This is actually turning out way better than I expected and thought it would. See, this is why I love these streams, says a guy called Pi. I'm glad that somebody's getting some enjoyment out of them. I mean, this is one freaking archway for the... It takes so long to get anywhere in this damn thing, at least for me. And then I keep changing my mind and stuff, and now we're off of that snapping system that we were on before. What about you? I think I have to put down another edge tile ridge thing in order to move it where I need it, don't I? Because I think I want it on that side of things. If those aren't going to line up anywhere, and I'm going to need a grid-based, or a non-grid piece in order to get that lip that I'm going for, then I might as well have it on the inner side of everything that's going on here. Especially since these walls have to attach. Jesus, wow, now I'm making way more sense than I have been until now. These walls have to... Like, all of this should be moved in. Select them all. Select them all and see where I can move them. Well, and then select everything then, buddy. Okay, I think I should be able to actually select everything that I've built. Like that. And that's all of that. Now let's see where the game will allow me to move them when we move them. Okay, I've also got a pole. That's fine. That's fine. Game puts them there. Or there. Is that where I came from? Yeah, that's where you came from. That's not a bad place to have it. Right there. It's not a great place to have it, but it's not a bad place to have it. I do want it to, like, extend out into the space a little bit, though, too. Don't I? Don't I? Give me one of these so that I can see how these are going to come together. Well, I can do that. Yeah, except for this wall there. When you start building it. I want it to be one tick over, is what I'd really like to happen here. If I, can I get it? Will you... Yes! Boom! That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Delete this one. You guys, well, basically all of these need to move. And I'm going to need a fourth one. I don't even know if these lights are going to be the right thing for this anymore. It just might be thick enough and wide enough now that I can use another piece. But for now, I'm going to grab all those, and we're going to try and get above them where we can see, and also be able to see this thing that's way the hell down there. Move you in. Where would that want to be for when I put the fourth one in place? About there. About there. Yeah. So that gets my lights back in. And screw it, we'll come back to that in a second. Let's move everything back around so that it looks nifty. You. Over here. Middle of the wall. You might actually be usable now. Because I could put this down like that. And then I could duplicate and put another one next to it. In fact, if you're going to duplicate pawn, then focus in on... Excuse me! Just building the theme park! Put that right on that line there. And then, give me another. Yeah, we're good. Where's the tick? Tick. And then, duplicate advance move. Slide one more over like here. And then maybe flip it upside down just for a little bit of variety. Except for where they are is off-center for the television. How's the television looking in terms of being centrifugal? Not right. And I think the selection is... I'm going to have to go inside in order to grab it. Okay, so you... I can get the middle of these two. That's nice. Just where it's not noticeable, where it's not like, oh, that doesn't look right. And then the two of you, and, right, yeah, put the control point down there. That'll help me. Thanks. I'll just embed myself into the ground and do the rest of my... Christ almighty. You guys, from afar, you look okay like that. Okay. There you go. We've got an arch going. Now, do I make another layer of these lights, or do I find a light that looks a little bit more? Because, again, here's what we've got. Here's what the show had. I want that light to come down. These are the two things that I want to happen. I want a light here, okay, and I want these to chunk out a bit on the inside, and then we will actually have, you know, done with the arch. Although my life is just suffering, it would be in my best interest to enjoy said suffering, says RMAG. There's a bit of a trick to that. There's, you know, I'm not going to say that that's a bad idea. I still remember very young. I think when I was having, like... Did you guys have this? Let me just take a break here. We're supposed to take a live stream break about a half an hour ago. Did you guys have this when you were growing up? Did you have growing pains? Like, literal? Like, not the television show with Michael J. Fox? Did you have growing pains, like, physically in your body occasionally? You'd either get, like, a spike of pain that was just like, ah! Or you'd just, like, feel a gnawing pain for half an hour or something like that? When your body was changing, when your hormones were kicking in and that sort of thing. Did anyone have that? I had a couple incidents with growing pains. One, I was sitting in a classroom, and... just at school, in a classroom, teachers up there, 30 of us in the classroom back here, 26, something around there. That's your average American classroom. And, like, in the middle of it, I just go, ah! And I just, like, screamed. I won't even scream as loud as it because I don't want to wake my dad, or not wake my dad up, but disturb my dad and also blow your ears out. But I screamed, like, ah! The teacher did not break a beat. Did not even, like, turn and address the fact that I had just screamed from a pain that came out of nowhere. And then one of the other kids in the class went, he just screamed. And she went, it's probably just growing pains. And then she kept teaching. Okay. But I do remember early in my life, in reference to what you're saying about suffering, RMAJ, and turning it into pleasure, or learning to enjoy your suffering. I remember early in my life, maybe it was growing pains, I had this, like, gnawing pain in my leg or something like that. It was bad, it was getting worse and worse, there was, like, nothing I could do about it, and, you know, it wasn't like, it was like, God, it hurts. And, I just decided, I wonder if I can turn pain into pleasure. And in my head, I kind of just turned it into, yeah. And I swear, it was, like, instant. Like, when I just had that idea to try, and I immediately, like, started going, yeah, ooh, baby. It immediately did turn into pleasure, and then almost as quickly, in, like, 30 seconds, it disappeared, because now I was enjoying it. And I guess my mind was, like, you know, so used to suffering, it's like, oh, you think that's good? Alright, I'm just turning it off. Did anyone ever have actual growing pains? Whips, spanking, all that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's where it comes from, I suppose. I did kind of sexualize it in my head, the pain, but, I mean, it didn't like, start in it or anything. It was just, like, that was my escape mechanism was, God, this pain isn't going anywhere. Can I just change what it is in my own mind? And I did. And then it went away. So there you go. It's looking really good, isn't it? I mean, I know it's, like, probably 12 parts, and it took us an hour and a half to build it. But it's looking really good, isn't it? I mean, you know, I'm happy with it. We gotta address the light, we gotta address the things, then we can turn to actually making the rest of the holodeck. But we are a bit overdue for a live stream break, and I could use that beer that I promised myself earlier. So, let's have our live stream break, everybody. If the game will pause. Jesus Christ, it takes like 7 escapes to get out to the pause menu in this thing. Good Lord. Pain feels nice, is why are there no names. I had painful legs at about 8 or 9, always told it was growing pains, says Artrochi. Okay, so I'm not alone in at least having someone claim that, oh, that's just growing pains. Like, this is not that show. I was trying to remember any of the names from that other than that Michael J. Fox was one of the characters on Growing Pains. Like, I can see them all, but I can't even remember the family name. The Stevens? Were they the Stevens? Or was there just a Steven? Was the dad Steven? I don't know. Yes, agreed. Whips might be alright. Oh, what have I started? I start talking about growing pains and immediately you guys turn it into bondage. I am the Ronin Pawn. We're playing Planet Coaster. We're about to be done with the arch, and then we can turn our attention to the holodeck, and then, like, the only thing that's left to be done is to, you know, finish the path out of this whole 1701D Enterprise set, and then start building the actual park. Which is going to go, hopefully, a lot faster, you know. I don't know. I kind of enjoy the pace at which we build, but, you know, it will feel more accomplished. We'll be making rides and roller coasters and paths and queuing people and, you know, things will happen after this, or not. Kirk Cameron, Alan Thicke. Yes. What? So wait, was Michael J. Fox not in Growing Pains? Which one was Michael J. Fox in? Because the one with Kirk Cameron, wasn't that, like, the other Growing Pains? I don't remember. Wasn't... I am the Ronin Pawn. We'll be back in 7 minutes after this brief live stream break for more Planet Coaster. Pawn not out. Hello, I am the Ronan Pawn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn live stream of Planet Coaster here on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn, your only source for people playing Planet Coaster at a pace that snails would walk by and say, Jesus, take your time. Why don't you? Welcome back, anyway, to Planet Coaster. During the break, I don't know, maybe because we've been talking about, we were talking about how turning pain into pleasure and blacking out from CFS. Got me thinking about that bit of research that you guys sent over to me that I think Noah first brought up, but a link that showed cancer research having had a, hello, ma'am. How are you? Yeah, hi. She looked at me. Does that mean we can have babies now? Ma'am? No. I don't understand women. That bit of research about cancer showing that they've made great strides with a certain treatment, as experimenting on mice. And upon reading the article, what it's about is basically they inject the site of the cancer, the tumorous site, with something that just stimulates the immune system, and then your immune system produces what it needs to eradicate that particular tumor. And then in the process of eradicating that particular tumor, it releases into your bloodstream what is basically the cure for that kind of cancer that's in your body. And then if you have any other sites on your body that have that form of cancer, they'll mostly be cleared, by the fact that your body produced what it needed to produce. And sometimes it takes multiple injections at the sites, but, basically once your body has the cure that it itself has produced, just by stimulating your immunoresponses, you know, it tends to be the solution. And if there are multiple types of cancer, then the thing that you stimulated in the one tumor won't affect that, because it's not designed for that kind of cancer or that tumor. But if you inject another form of cancer that's on, you know, it's different, lung instead of liver, that kind of thing, then same response is what they found in this study. And what jumped off the page for me was just one little sentence that was extremely, like, there was no caveats to it. It was very, like a brick of a sentence that said, the research shows, like, it is clearly known, or something like that. It was a very strongly worded sentence. It is clearly known now that the immune system is capable of curing itself of cancer. And that just, like, hit me in the face, like, wow, you know? Yet another thing that it's like, we are capable of healing ourselves. In so many instances, our bodies are capable of repairing themselves without, you know, the addition of a lot of foreign weird substances and things. In the case of cancer, you know, your immune system needs something injected to kick it in the ass, but that's all apparently that this drug that they've got is doing. It's just telling your immune system, hey, wake up, go handle this. You know, it's not doing anything to the cancer, it's just triggering your immune system. And that's pretty amazing, and, you know, gives a little bit more credence to what already has quite a bit of credence, which is the you know, sugar pill effect. What's that called? The placebo effect. That, you know, if you believe, in certain circumstances, if you believe that you are going to get well by doing something, your body and mind are in a union here, and if your mind is saying, we're going to be okay, sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, there's stuff out there you can't heal yourself without a doctor's touch and without some drugs, but a lot of the time, it seems, your body can take care of it as long as your mind is on board for it. Tier 5 Pawn, names is showing treasonous behavior now. This isn't appropriate for a wholesome, fun-loving stream like this. Yes, where we're talking about BDSM and stuff. Stop this before anyone gets hurt. Down with the queen, down with pony. What is going on? The blood of the monarchy shall run down the streets. I say that all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. No poop. I thought the same thing years ago, but don't have the academic background or mass funding to put this into place, says RMAJ. Cancer research or, casting why are there no names out from chat? Which were you trying to fund, RMAJ? But I find that really interesting. I mean, all those, you know, stories about people go to the healer, and the healer, like, you know, performs a ceremony, and, you know, you got guys out there, they get a chicken liver, and they hide it in their hand, magician style, and then they put their hands on you, and they pull the chicken liver out, and they're like, put this in a canister somewhere, and they just, like, hand it around, and then he puts it back in his hand, and the next guy comes in. And people go there, and they actually do come away, like, healed. Well, you know, like, there's a value to that guy pretending to heal you, because if you believe it, your mind and body have an immense amount of control over this reality that we are experiencing. And if that's what it takes to, like, convince you, then hey, you know, what's so wrong about that? Kind of, you know, same thing as any sort of priest, aren't they? They're just kind of like trying to help you get to what you already can do, what you already know is true, and give you the power to... Why are you face humping the arch pawn? I'm just trying to find a camera angle as we decide what the hell I'm going to do about this now. God, who doesn't exist, save the queen who doesn't need saving. The immune system being kick-ass is RMAJ. Yes, it is. And very connected to your mind. Quit talking in other languages. Man hugi. Inges jib me. Maon. I'm reading it backwards just to make it even worse. So everything about this arch is beauteous right now, except for the one bit. We're trying to make the holodeck arch, and that's what we're going for right there, and I'm pretty damn happy with what we got, except for, well, two bits. It's this, the light. Okay, the light needs to come down, and what I've got going right here is working alright-ish, but I just really wonder if, now that the thing is as thick as it is, if I can't get something else that goes in there. I just feel like there was a light that would have fit in there perfectly that I decided not to use in a lot of places because it wasn't quite right, but I feel like that would... The other part is you see how this comes down and does that and gets chunky at the bottom. I want to get there as well. So again, let's just take a stroll around the old Enterprise D. You know what, Pawn? What? Yeah, let's put ourselves over here so we've got something, you know, that we haven't looked at in a couple of seconds to look at. What about this? Well, it wouldn't look right on one side of it, though, would it? It'd look very wrong on one side. I'm thinking, like, if that were upside down and spun. No. No, that wouldn't do it. Neither would you. These are all, like, fiberglass stuff, right? Edit the building with the selected part. Fiberglass reinforced. So, let's try, I don't care where I am. Go fiberglass. Fibra. And then, I know I've already looked at this once, this live stream, but I just swear there was something. What are you? Fiberglass wall console? Yeah, definitely no. No to you. It's like, it's these bits, but shorter is what I'd be thinking of. It's not there. What are we in right now? We're in building. What about in scenery? You have anything Fibra? Make sure you're searching all. And then, Fibra. Well, we've got this. Fiberglass storage pod. It's a biggin. That ain't it either. Light? Yeah, not on this side of things. Building? We're still on Fibra over here. It's like these, but huge, you know, would work pretty well. Yeah. Okay, look for things that you could merge together and make it do what you want. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I think I just got to do what I've been doing and go 4 times. Go 4 times with it. So this structure is now going to have 4 of these instead of 3 in terms of depth. So you guys, come over here. Move. No! Damn it. Damn it. If I escape, yes, thank God something works in this damn thing that Frontier built. Monstrosity. X. And then you guys move. No, I want to grab the red one. So just mouse over here for the red one is what you want to do, everyone. Pay attention, and I'll teach you. In fact, you know it's not going to work in the first trial, Pawn, so just go ahead and move it the hell out the way. Drop that, and then grab 2 of these. Yeah. X again. Grab the red. No, I need you to duplicate. Sorry, duplicate in advance move. That was actually my fault. Most things are. Not in this game. Yes, even in this game, Pawn. That looks alright to me. Thank you very much. And then you, 3, get back in there. With an X. Exit. Just waiting until that line disappears. Right about there. Okay. And then, where's the tick? Tick me. How do we look in terms of it being, you know, well-balanced and weighted from side to side? More on one than the other. Definitely more on one than the other. Could I do a mass selection and get them all if I got the camera in the right position? And it's another thing this game really needs, and maybe this has been modded in. Probably not, but maybe this has been modded in. Selection tools that, like, allow you to select things based on, I want these kinds of things. Just select all of these kinds of things. You would think that that would be in the game for as often as I find myself, and have watched other players playing this game and wanting to, you just think that they would have seen that and gone, yeah, let's make sure that you can select based on type of object. But no, Frontier, you know, what do you expect? Not much after Elite Dangerous and this as well. There we go. That's fairly well balanced. It's good enough for me. Good enough for government work. Alright, so then it's just about getting this to be chunky at the base, is what I want now. Let them eat prison food. Let them suffer. Who's suffering? I am the people. I am the Senate. Not yet. Of course, he's a effing Star Wars loony. I just know the meme. Hashtag make the blank great again, great again. Thank you. The chunkiness at the bottom is the last bit. Anybody got any ideas for that? This chunky, I want it chunked. I could do it with more lights, but then the lights would be showing. And it's not really what I'm looking for there. It might look good, though. Screw it, Pawn. Instead of, like, trying to find the other million... It might look good, he says. How would you do it then, buddy? It's not quite what we're looking for there. I'm gonna put it there. Could you guys maybe piss off for a minute? I'm building a thing. Well, no, it didn't actually connect where it needs to. I'll get you in there, and then go down. It's just at the bottom. Yeah, that's definitely not right. It's very not right. No. 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 There's got to be something else that we can use for that. It's just a big chunky bit with a little bit of an angle on the end of one of them. Show me, panel-style things under, building. Something with just a chunked angle, preferably something that doesn't exist on the grid system, because we know working with that is a pain in everyone's ass. The bourgeois must be killed. We the people shall rise again. Yes, me too. Bourgeois are technically people. I don't like to admit that, but they are. Damn it. Gable end? No. Just gotta have a bit of an angle that ends in a thing. It's gotta have some thickness to it, though, as well. What about, just shapes? Sometimes, you know, most of the times when I'm looking for things, I end up finding what I need in shapes. Or rather, another way of seeing that is being forced to just use shapes, because the game. Something. Dark side. Extra small. I mean, I can do angles with them. Anyway. It's just small. It'd be so... They're not, like, thick enough, though, to get what we're looking for here. Burn the French! Also, how... Pawn, you said you were going to watch the FMA live-action movie today, didn't you? Full Metal Alchemist comes out today. It's available on Netflix as of now, is what I was told in my email. My inbox, at one point, anyway. I and some friends getting together to have a viewing party tomorrow. No spoilers. Hashtag no spoilers. But yeah, we're going to do it tomorrow, because it's better timing for everybody. I think this is what I'm going to have to use. It's just going to take an ass load of them in order to get her done. Triangular pyramid. No. No. You sure there's nothing else in here that does what... Ooh! Extra small prism. Yes! Now that's going to help a lot better. A lot... Is it see-through? Is it actually prismatic? Just place it there. No, I can't see their bodies through that. Okay. This is what we're going to use. So, you know, it won't go in the direction that I want it to when I want it to, so that's not going to happen. But we'll set it there. And then, are you actually attached to the thing I attached you to? Looks like. That's another thing that doesn't always happen. Okay. Give me some advanced rotaties on a snapped angle. It's definitely a snapped angle. I'm thinking for the angle that we want, you're going to want to be like that. Yeah, indeed. And then this, drag in. I wonder if I could get away with even a larger one, since it's going to be merged into the wall. What did I use? It's probably a small, right? If I click off of it... No, it's extra small. Show me a small. Less pieces is a better deal. That might work with one friggin' piece, Spawn. Could. Let's see. XX. Spin down. Well, no. But it'll be 2 instead of a billion. And then what would medium be? Medium, way too big. So small is the one. Indeed. You, just stop selecting anything. I don't know what I've done. Get rid of... Not that. Not that. What are you attached to? Are you not attached to the building? Oh, none of this is attached to the building. Well, edit this building, which apparently the entrance of the park is its own building? I had no idea. I was working on the wrong thing the whole time. No, we're editing Building 7. What the hell is going on here? Doesn't matter, Pawn. Just find your shapes again. How did we get over to here? The last thing I was doing was shapes. Oh, game. It's probably just me. Maybe. Possibly. There you go. Yeah, when you delete the entrance... No, there's still people in there. Okay. I thought everybody disappeared. And spin you down a bit. And then, give me the angle I'm looking for. It's gonna probably be... some very angry cats. It's probably what that's gonna be. Probably actually like that. And then give me world axes. Move you in. And... yeah. Up. In and up. About there. And she aligned with the edge. I did. I'm very good. We're gonna have to hide this side, though, if I do it this way. You know what? Maybe we just use one. We just use one, we bring it down like that. We'll still get the effect, but I will also be able to have these things overlapping a bit, which is part of another effect that I'm thinking ahead. I'm being smart. You don't know. Shut up. Also, this is too long where it is right now, but again, this is going to be visuable at some point. I'm going to tick you down there and try and actually, like, build where the problem's going to be sooner or later. Get me down to a 2-meter grid thing so I can snap you like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be an issue there, Pawn. In it, though. Probably go ahead and... Well, my lights are going to be an issue as well. They're going to be penetrating on both sides the way that they're set up right now. Damn you. Damn me. I could hide it, or I could delete it and manipulate it. Well, I'll tell you what you're going to do, Pawn. What's that? You're going to... Yeah, I'm going to build on the inside, too. I'm going to have to shove the grid over again. I'm going to have to hack it, but it'll be too thick. Too thick, too dope. Too fast, too furious. Yeah, but you're going to come through on that side. You're going to be visible on this side as well. Because the line, yeah, stop selecting it so I can see. It's going to be lined up with, like, about there. Yeah, guess what we're doing? We're doing what I didn't want to do. Which is, we're going to make this out of 1 billion of them. And thank you for switching me from the thing that I was on in Scenery and Shapes back over to this tab. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's going to be many small ones so that they can just be embedded and they'll disappear on the other side. Son of a biscuit, Mother Teresa. It's fine. This is how I like to play my games. He lied. I've gotten used to what Planet Coaster is anyway. And I know that, like, in the end, I will feel immensely satisfied at what I have done. Very much because of how, you know, horrible it is having to work with this game. And I'll just be looking at it going, look at all that I've done in this miserable, doesn't work piece of crap. Look at that. Wow, I'm amazed. Drag you up, like so. And then right to the edge, if you don't mind. But not where the triangle is showing on this side. Just as close as you can be. Without being there, is fine. Whatever, close enough. Now give me a duplicate with advanced move. Stretch it out as far as we can. And just give me a tick, and it will auto-duplicate an advanced move. And stretch you out to this side. And cool, we got away with just 3 of them. Excellente. Back ends. Will you, people, please stop walking. I could pause them. I know how to pause them. I'm not, is the thing. Guy called Pie Cheering 5 Poem. What happened to the denty bits on the inside of the arch? Denty bits? Denty bits? What you talking about? There's a couple of little raised things here, if I pull it back over. Is it these you're talking about? Because, ooh, look at that. Those are 2 panels with the same thing. Hey! But we're not. I'm, you know, it's free. I'm making adjustments as we go to what works. She's probably you Nazis working on it. Is that what I'm working on? I don't know what I'm working on. What about the small rectangles? Will they fit? If spun in the other direction? Like that? No? What about the medium? If spun in this direction? No, it's too much, too little, it's not enough, it's overkill, back and forth. F? Like so. That's probably the best way to do that if you've got similar thickness, and you do. So we'll have one of those, and then we'll put it in place. We'll advance, duplicate, copy, all of those things. X me in, bring it over. Shoot, you don't have the same width. I can adjust that. I can totally adjust that. Just get this one, look at it from an angle where it helps. Get this one right up against it. So, get out of here, little kids! Let's just smell the place up. Find your turds all over. Alright, it doesn't even reach the floor either. That kind of stuff. We'll just drop everything down to the point where it does. We'll build off of this. We'll do. Just drop you down a little bit embedded into the floor because everything else is. Yeah, that's good. Go ahead and put it onto this side. Give me a duplicate and advanced majigger. Where's the thing that I click on? The tick. There it is. It's trying to escape from me, but it can't. Control X, and then, yeah, I can't pull the blue one because the red one's in the way, and you made the bounding boxes around the controls so intensely, idiotically large that... I know I've said it all before. Does it get boring with me saying it over and over again? It sure the hell gets boring having to deal with this system over and over again. I'll tell you this. That down, then drop it, and give me you, and you, give me you, give me... Get your friggin' hot pants out of my... Grab it. Thank you. And then... Grab it. No. Not building 3. No. Did I get it? Well, I got one of the things. And then it's because we're penetrating, like, the entrance. Tier 5. So, intensely Hawaiian, pawn? Intensely Hawaiian? I'm gonna stay with the green? Is that what you're asking? What are you talking about? Did I get it? I got him! Fucking hell. I got him! X. And then you come down. Match the height. As much as you can. And then merge in until the width is also appropriate. Okay. Trying to not have those overlapping lines that we've got right now. We have on both sides. So might as well scooch this one to the point where it looks proper. Which is going to be... Yeah. Thank you. 1 pixel perfection. And then I'll have to do it from this side. Manually, just on that one. Hello, blue guy. What do you mean, Hawaiian? Huh? Keanu, with a J, is now following. Thank you for the follow, Keanu. That looks okay for that one. It created a separation here. Please do not tell me that I can't. You probably can't, pawn. Where's the ticky? Tick, and then to, give me you. Did I get it? No. How about here? Yeah. Oh, you're the wrong one anyway. It's you that I need. And then I'll bet that these are, you know, just the right spacing where they won't actually link up for me. Okay, I was wrong. Thank God. And the tick, wherever the hell that is, you can just click off of it, pawn. You're right. I need to stop obeying the game's rules and start making up my own. So this needs to be this color, which should already be in my palette. Select you. And I could select all of them and change the color at once. The problem is actually the selecting all of them part. Not really working out so well for me. Click. Click. Did I get you? I got him. And then click. Yeah, you bastards. Alright, and then change the color to that. Perfect match, except for the 2 materials create an imperfect match. Thanks. Thanks, game. Thanks. So that, and you 2 as well. So there. Okay. God, it looks wrong. It's good. It's what we're going to deal with, but Jesus, God, it looks wrong. Same color, selected from the palette, looks different across the 2 different materials. This game is just such... Pawn, why do you attract so many Goram Dutch people? There's a guy called Keanu with the J in it. People have been calling me through Google Voice or something, and it took me for ages to figure out where the hell it's been ringing. It's in my friggin' Gmail account. It's fine. It's fine. This is, you know, it's not like this is a setup that's very high. It's fine. What are you? Are you part of this building? No? If I click on you, editing building 7, done. What are you? You're building 7. You're part of building 7. Click on it. Edit you. Okay, as long as you're part of building 7, you can stay. You have to go. I'm going to need that later for something else, so I'm leaving it there. Okay. Good. God. You know, you remember some time ago that I was bitching, like, whining, pissing, moaning about Windows Update, Microsoft, and how Windows Update is like, you can't stop it. You're in the middle of trying to do a thing, you're on like a work computer, it's very important that this doesn't get interrupted. I mean, for me, it's live streaming, it's YouTube recording, and you can't tell Windows Update to just shut the fuck up, don't interrupt me, don't notify me, I will choose the time. You're just not allowed in Windows 10 to do that, and there were some of you in chat saying, no, you can do that, you can do that, you can do making me angrier and angrier because, no, you can't! I have now seen, the Game Grumps in the middle of one of their episodes, similarly complaining about the exact same thing that I was complaining about months ago, Windows 10 just deciding to update itself in the middle of a recording, and they can't prevent it, and there's no way to prevent it, you just have to restart when it wants you just have to abide the will of Microsoft when they want. So I've seen the Game Grumps doing it, I've seen other, I think on Twitter, YouTubers complaining about it. So even when you get, like, Windows taken care of, and if you could actually lock that down, fucking Google, if you're calling me through my Gmail, should have stuck with Windows 7, Paul. I should have just, Linux. But that's even more problematic. Is this thing done? No, because you've got to reproduce this over there. I don't know, the colors are really pissing me off. Why are you just selected or something? Why do these appear to be two different colors? Am I seeing through one of them for a reason that shouldn't be? The hell is yeah, you're seeing through the object. I don't, if I click off, click off, click off. Okay. When you're not selecting anything, that's how it looks. The colors are wrong. This game is in such a way that if I want to change that color, you know, maybe I could just adjust the color of this to try and match the texture, the way that the texture is changing this color. The problem is, it's selected in blue! And it remains selected with this blue tint over the top of it. So if I'm trying to go through the colors and say, what would be, maybe if, let's see, it seems to be a little bit more toward the grays and the browns. So if I just drag the color down a little bit toward the grays and the browns down there, okay, that's getting close. And a little bit less of the orange in there, that's kind of good. Alright, that's the color I want. And then I click off, and I've got a completely different color than the one that I was looking at while I was selecting and changing it. Frontier is just a horrible, horrible game design company. Please do not buy Frontier games. I shouldn't have bought this one. I'm enjoying it through the massive, massive difficulties, but what is this? Will you... Editing Building 3. Editing Building 7. What? You're all part of the same build. Don't give me that crap. Like, I have to get out of one building in order to select the other, don't I? How would I have even gotten those... They're connected to this? Is that it? You're connected to the goddamn entrance? No more entrances! Yeah! Suck on it! Fucking... What are you attached to? I break you out and attach to... Some of this is attached right and the other isn't. This is not attached. Yeah, I know, you're trapped. I hate this game. Can I, like... I just gotta delete it. And then I gotta come back in and edit the building with the selected part. And then I gotta find the thing again and then do it all from scratch. Because this fucking game... Why? What even is the purpose? Why did you not integrate a means of, like, moving parts from one building to the next? Explain yourself, developers professional in the game industry, Frontier bastard fucks. Explain your thought process. Because it is not apparent to anyone who has ever played your games. Elite Dangerous? Are you fucking kidding me with your, you can do all these different things. You'll be able to be this kind of person, that kind of person, in this universe. You can... There's nothing in that game that is a game. It's just another universe that doesn't pan out into anything. There's one way to play that game that's mildly enjoyable for about 15 hours. There are not all the different things you told us would be in the game. Tier 100, Pawn Park of Terror. You can come in, but never leave. It was a transporter accident. You're all stuck here for the rest of your lives. It's Frontier's transport reactor. I didn't do anything. Just trying to get the friggin' lines right on this. So when I do it over on the other side, it'll be okay. Like, you look good. Like, no, there's a spot. There is a spot. I swear to God, there's a spot. It looks perfect. That's as close as I can get. That's as close as I can be bothered to get. Thank you. Do that. Ticks off the screen. Control X. Move it over. Can't grab it if you're looking at it from here. Oh, where's the blue one? Ah, I can't grab it because we made the friggin' control handle so fucking large and we never tested it or never thought about it or never... Just need to be fired from life. Anyway. So there we go. You can't leave now! Bastards. Change your color to the color before I experimented. So at least you'll match this one. Oh, this game. Now I can actually select all these things because the park entrance isn't in my way. I should have done that a long time ago. Give me a duplicate advance move. Move you over here, which should probably halfway embedded. And then for the rotate, on a snap, yeah, it didn't help at all. Have you moved it out on weird? Yes, you've spun it in ways where, like, even the rotational axes aren't doing, like, the proper math to figure out, well, where would the center of this be by the weight of it or by the, like, there is a bounding square around these objects, a bounding box that should know that the middle would be there, so rotate around that. I cannot imagine what math or method of determining the center of a thing for rotation they could possibly be using other than the one that makes the slightest bit of fucking sense, or why their bounding boxes would be larger than their objects, why this would appear 4 meters away, 4 in-game meters away, when you go and select multiple objects. I don't, like, what were they doing? What were they doing that wasn't game design? Is what I'd like to know. Starbucks must have gotten a lot of business from them not doing their jobs. Sorry, but you know I'm right. But I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Get the damn triangle. It works on the other end. There's got to be a position where the triangle doesn't pop through on this side or this side. There it is. How are you looking over here in terms of how deeply you're embedded? They're pretty close. There you go. We've done it! Cheer 5. Pawn, I want your expert opinion on this. Dutchies or Brits? Go to Starbucks! They know. They know where Frontier was when they were designing this. How do I make a park entrance now that I've deleted it? Can anyone help me out with that? I've never had to do that before. I'm done editing Building 7. I mean, I'm not. And I'm not even done with this thing, because we got, like, merging issues, and this is going to be visible, and I don't want that. Alright, work on this, and somebody might be able to tell you how to make an entrance before you get there, Pawn. Work on this part of things. I think we're only going to be able to have 3 rows after I put the 2 of them in there, because otherwise things are going to pop through the walls, even after I put the walls appropriately. So you, and you, and you. I need you on an X. Hey, there's the red. Yeah. Wouldn't it be interesting if, you know, here's just a thought, just, you know, off the top of my head. What if this was always on screen when you had something selected? It's just an idea that I had. Maybe I'm crazy. Probably am. So I'm going to line this in such a way that when I can get a wall next to that one, it will be inside the wall. It looks like I've got it there, so you're good to be positioned there. Oh God! No! 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 I haven't saved. There are auto-save points in Planet Coaster, though, right? And that's why I always have one of these nearby. Frontier, ladies and gentlemen. A company that makes games. Some of them they sell for upwards of $90. Elite Dangerous. Beer cheer! Thank you, I got called by. We're off the soda pop and we're into the beer. Come on over. Come on over. Just pop it back open. The autosave, God knows when the last time it did. This is going to end bad, says Luffy Loop. Is that why people watch my Planet Coaster streams? We're waiting for the for the true meltdown. I mean, there's a small meltdown in all of them. Every time he plays, there's always some level of a meltdown that goes into there. But we're waiting for that day where it just really blows up. Where, like, the live stream ends on him, like, just taking a baseball bat and then... Okay, we are now preparing to launch Planet Coaster. You see it back there. We've been preparing for quite some time now. Let's go ahead and close down Steam. Finishing Steam Cloud Sync. Okay. That happened. Good. Now let's open up Planet Coaster. Which means opening up Steam and then see if this works. And so Planet Coaster went the way of Subnautica. Except for Planet Coaster, is one of those games where you get stuck in because of the lost time fallacy or whatever they call that. You know, where it's like, I can't walk away. I've got too much into it. I mean, even if all I ever do with Planet Coaster is finish this Star Trek entrance, and then I go, we did it! Time to make some rides! And then we'll do that next time on Planet Coaster, and then we never play it again. I have to at least get to that point with this fucking piece of shit. Expert timing on Planet Coaster's part. That's a game feature, says RMAJ. It makes you wonder if the developers aren't watching the live stream and going, oh yeah? Oh yeah? Well, hang on. Get a little tap in here where they can figure out Ronin Pawn on Steam, game shut down, send signal. You're like, hey, if that's what you want to do, buddy, I'm just going to sit here and tear into your ass some more. So our last autosave was 5:54 p.m. My time. It is now 6:25 p.m. Let's see where we were, shall we? On this very tiny, simple, single little design, 2 hours to build the, 2.5 hours to build the archway of the USS Enterprise. Rage quit, says Germacian, with a baseball bat. Rage quit with a baseball bat. And then I'll black out, of course. I won't remember where my pants went. That's how this live stream ends. Pantsless Pawn walked around in his boxer shorts with a baseball bat, and then the game just pah. Okay. This isn't a room that we were much in for the last part of the build, so let's see what we've got here. I hadn't put the walls in. I did have 4 figured out. Hadn't done any of the triangle work down here. Only have 3 of these. This is not a bad place to have to rebuild from. I mean, having to rebuild is bullshit, but if you have to rebuild, I don't think this is a bad place to have to rebuild from. Edit the building, give me my goddamn motherfucking walls, if you don't fucking mind, cocksucker. And then over here, and then that. Down to the 2-meter space. Okay, wait though. This was before I moved everything out by 1, isn't it? Because these walls need to be there. They need to be here, and here, and here, in order to define where that's going to be, and I want this to lip out over those walls for when they're, you know, in place and doing what they're supposed to actually be doing. While I'm here, though, can I, put you where you're supposed to... Yeah, I can do that in this... Good. That's what I was hoping for. I need these walls to be double thick. And they'll probably be a different color on the other side, and they'll be holodeck themed on that side. But right now, I just want double thick walls so I can see what I'm working with. Thank you very much. And then this one needs to come out by 1, and the other one needs to in the other thing. Do. I would totally have game bypasses if I was a game dev, says Hologram1, right? I mean, you remember, it wasn't a completely advertised and known feature of, Cluster Truck. That they were able, during your live stream, if you were live streaming Cluster Truck and you integrated the game with Twitch, that they could come in and then they could change how the game worked while you were playing, which made for some really cool live streams, made for our really cool live streams. We were like amongst one of the first who they did that to, too. Because I just know from the timing, like I saw it from other people, but I think we were one of the, we might have been their trial. They were like, yeah, this is a nice small, you know, channel. Won't screw anything up. I'm going to try and move the one on the end to the position where I want it. It's not giving me the... So 1 meter, and then move again, and yeah, we're gonna have to do the trick, aren't we? With that piece, whatever it was. It was a... Wasn't it a ceiling piece? I'm gonna go to roofs. I'm gonna go to... What's the piece? It was a skinny little... Like, I know the look of it more than I would know the... I don't know if I even know the look of it. Honestly. What was it? It was a... It's gonna be a grid-based piece. We know that. Square tile roof ridge. It was definitely, like, ridge. Roof ridge. And... corrugated. It had a big long name to it. Square tile roof ridge, wood tile roof ridge, maybe ridge? Was that a thing? Ridge. I mean, it was all adjectives. Square tile roof ridge, collapse. I'm just gonna grab one of these roof tile ridges. Maybe it's everything in this, you know, small size that's on a 1 meter thing and it flips sizes. Maybe all of these kind of work. Maybe. Maybe. For budging the grid around. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna put you... down there. Nah, does it matter? I don't know. Actually, put you up there. Set that there, and then select the grid that that's on, and then take you and move you according to that grid, and then that didn't quite do it for me. Grid size down to 1 meter. That's still not going to do it because of where that's attached to. No. Ridge tile roof left 5. Ridge tile roof left says Mishy Fishy. Ridge, tile, roof, left. Is this the only part that it works with? That's even worse. Then it really is a bug, you know? If that's how that works. You go away. I still need you around. Ridge tile roof. Spin up a bit, if you don't mind. Where do I... I'm not even sure where I want to put it, honestly. And I think you'd need to be on a 2 meter so that I can get you in the center there. I can't tell where I'm putting it. Damn 3-dimensional space. Always been a bugger. I put you there, and then I select the grid of this guy, and then move you according to that grid. It's moved it down, and it's in... It's a half space, though. That's weird. A half space? That's really weird. I mean, I'll take it. But it's really... Have I mentioned lately that it's weird? And then up... No, son of a bitch. You go down to 1, and you go down to just... Give me all of the options here. Move you again. Up to there. Because it's like penetrating the one behind it a bit. Which is odd. Nonetheless, as I may have mentioned, I'll fucking take it. Will you fucking take it? I will fucking take it, baby. Now get rid of that. Alright, so roof, tile, ridge, tile, roof, left, edge. I will never remember all that. That's the one piece that you can game the game with. And then I got the 3 of these. A what-a. What's your porn name, Pawn? Says a guy called Pie. Ronan Pawn. Of course. But when I'm saying pawn, it's spelled P-O-R-N. Obviously. Ronan Pawn! What are you gonna do, Pawn? I think I'm gonna move these 4, 5 chunks all at... Yeah, that's what I was clicking on, you stupid fucking game. Yeah, that's what I was clicking on, you stupid fucking game. Yes, that's what I was clicking on, you stupid... Like, where the fuck are the bounding boxes? Just insane! How do you design this? And why? Not why. How? How do you do so poorly? Damn it, that's not the right angle! Now I have to reselect them all, because I grabbed it on the wrong thing. How do you make these kinds of... How? Where are your bounding boxes on your models? Does the bounding box for this come out to there, then? It does! Fucking why? What is wrong with you? There we go. Seriously? They got paid for this? And X to here. They did, too. They got paid for it. Why is this one lower than... Oh, crap, it's lower than that one. Okay. Just make sure that you can't see any of the things popping out, which is going to be like... There's one tick. That is going to be the spot. It's fine. And then drop you, grab this. But how and why? It's just so not the way it's done. Is this not going to be on the right space ever? Because we attached it to another thing that has a weird... Because we broke the thing with this? It looks like that, yes, pawn, is do good make of what? Seriously, though? I can't get it... Hang on. If I put you here, alright? Just come here. We're getting the spot. And then go down by just a tick. Yeah, it's either up by too much or down by too much. We have to budge the grid again in order to get this to... Holy shit. In order to get this to actually do... And I don't know, like, how to budge the grid because it's weird. Because it's, you know, it's a bug we're using. I'm going to put the bottom of this one at the height where I want the other one. Maybe that's a thing I can do. And then try and find the spot where this goes. Tier 10, save pawn before doing any more. I don't know. Is this worth saving yet? Have we accomplished a goddamn thing? Because I'm not sure if we have or not, is my problem. Actually, I'm going to put you there. I think that's the spot. If you'll just... There. Okay, and yes, save. Good call. Save. How do I save? Well, you just escape out 900 times in order to get to the save menu. Save. New park. Promise Park. Day 6. The day that we tried to make the arch of the holodeck. And that's all we really tried to do. Edit. You. What are you doing? I don't know. For some reason now I don't have any of the menus that I'm used to having over here even after I select a part. Do I have to select the part again and then maybe if I'll move you and I'll put you right back where you started from. Oh, you can't go there now. Okay, good. No, that's what I wanted. Down to a 0.25 grid control and move. It's at the right height now. It's just it's the wrong... Wait, no, now it's... Oh, now it does. It's not where it's... Okay, no, that's right. Select the grid of this guy now. And then move the part I have selected. No, it's too high. If I drag it down by 1, it doesn't drag down by 1. Oh, fuck. Tier 10. Edit building. It says I'm editing building 7. So it's still too high. Grid height. Down to its lowest, and then move it again. Drag it into space, and then drop it down. No, that didn't do it. You? I need to move you then. Go back over. Where are you? What are you doing? There, and then down by 1. Like that. And then you, select its grid, and then move you. No, and then, okay, it's the grid height, and then up, and then... It won't. It doesn't. It can't. What's going on? What am I doing? How? And it's not even at the right over there either. Spin it. Spin it. No. I don't know. Control-Alt-Z says RMJ. So it's Control-Shift-Escape. Task manage end process something. You go over. So apparently I had that in the wrong spot. You need to go over by just 1 tick. Just 1. He won't do. Give me grid size of as small as I can have it, and you, and then over by just 1 tick. Just from where you are, but one tick in the wall. Is that where I want it? I don't. There you go. You're inside the wall now. Select your grid. Which I won't be able to select because you're inside the goddamn wall. That. There's the grid. Grab this. Move it based on that. That's... And where are you now? There you are. But you're stuck on a 4-meter thing because it resets it every fucking time you touch anything in the game. And then move. And now I'm not on the right grid space or size again. But I am at the right height. Huh? I found the right height. Okay. I think Pawn is ignoring your comments, says Hologram 1. I think Pawn is ignoring my comment. What comments? Alt-Z, Control-Alt-Z. What are you talking about? Try copying the arch as the new part because the game is looser with moving new parts when compared to moving old parts for some reason, says Mishy Fishy. Okay, well, I got it to the right height again. So that's one thing, but okay. Deletify? And we're so close, though. Oh, okay, another one. Give me a new one. Should I adjust its height at all? Maybe if I don't adjust its height at all, maybe the place where it wants to put it from scratch is not going to screw up my height. Or something. Maybe. Huh? Baby? I don't know, and I don't think you're supposed to know, because this is a bug that we're trying to use in order to get the game to do, you know, something actually fucking useful. I'm just going to put it there. I put it there, and then I drop it, and then I'm not even going to do the select grid thing. I don't think you have to. I don't know. I want to experiment now. Move. Now that I've placed that, we've got the right grid height, but I can't move it there. Alright, do the select grid thing. This is before I deleted the park entrance, so that's good. Get grid settings from that object. And then move. It's, and then if I go down to 1 meter, and then move. No. Okay, so maybe if I put that, but 1 out. What if I did 1 out from where it is? Delete you, and then you, spin it. On this, where is it? I can't even tell. Here? I think that's 1 out from where it was before. And then select the grid of you, and put my grid size down to complete total friggin' control, and then select this, move it. Huh? 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 Up! 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 I got it. I fucking got it. Oh, God. Save the game! Save the game! Save the game! Save the motherfucking game! Save, save, save. Save, save. Ronan Pawn Ice Cream, we are all in agreement. You need to stream on a sex cam website, well naked with kinky stuff on, and just act like it's a normal stream. Well, apparently, Twitch's new policy is so long as the dress is appropriate to the environment, you can wear, you know, bathing suit on a beach, is what they said. So I guess if, you know, if I green screen a BDSM chains and whips and whatnot behind me, then I can wear that. It'll be appropriate to the environment. Right? Surely. I think I got it. Did I get it? Is that where I needed it? I think that's where I wanted it. That's where I needed it. Is that where I wanted and needed it? Good. I think. Okay, so next part of this was going to be... Oh, don't tell me all that happened outside of the building. No, okay. Good. You guys are going to have to merge into the walls that are on this side so that I can't see you anymore. It's very important. Right there. Thank you. And then in the middle... Fuck. Little fuck. Just delete them. So now the spacing's off and I can't quite... I mean, it looks good from as you're approaching. And it looks fine. I think I'm just going to go with that for now. You know, playing this game is a process by which you are slowly broken down to the point of saying, oh, fuck it! And I'm there. Give me the television. I can't select it because I merged it a little bit too much. Let's fix that so that I can select it in future. Come on, just a tick if you don't mind. Just enough, because the bounding boxes are fucking huge, except for when and where they aren't. And over here. Do it, Pawn. Do it. Appropriate to the environment? So yeah, sex dungeon. That's typically a loop. That's technically a loophole right there. Yeah. Here you go. But we got to find a game that matches that Twitch allows on here too. So, you know, I haven't seen them. They have not the lesbian sex game that I downloaded. The lesbian dominatrix game that I downloaded. They haven't banned that as far as I know yet. Story-driven anime kind of a thing. So they haven't caught up to it. So we'll do that. And you. I remember this entrance being a pain in my ass. I don't know how to remake it. Can I just move the building? Nope. Delete. You're a pain in my ass. I know you're going to be a pain in my... Can I delete you? Am I not supposed to be able to... I can delete the park entrance gate. Oh, it just got so much quieter. Oh, it's so much nicer when there aren't people. Don't you enjoy it more when there aren't people? Yeah. Yes. Suffer, minions. Suffer! So now we got to do the whole triangle thing that we spent half an hour doing before. And now, you know, you're in that position where it's like, should I save now? Should I? Ooh, because what if it crashes again? Because we know that it crashes. Tier 1, under the shops and facilities. That's where I'll find it, Jermacian? Thank you. Shops and facilities is the park entrance opening when I need to rebuild it. Good. Don't cock block your audience, Pawn. It has to happen now. What now? I'm a bit busy building in this extremely just great, it works so well, builder that we've got here. I don't have the time. Tier 100, you will find it. Thank you, Jermacian. Thank you for the cheers. Just slap it down, Pawn, for God's sake. Old Jack Spartan with us, and the sun is coming, and the storms are it's Big Trouble in Little China. I don't know, it sounded like that when it came out of my mouth. And I tried to do it, and I don't remember any of the lines to it. It's a funny movie. You should go see that movie. If you haven't seen that movie, go see that movie. Big Trouble in Little China. Not like a new one. They're talking about making a new one. Don't see that. You're just supporting the devil if you do that. Don't be the devil. Okay? Just gonna put that one down like that. Apparently like that, and then get my rectangle in place, because as I recall, having had to do this 900 times before, the rectangle is where we need to be building from. And where is the effing rectangle? It's this one. I think we did small. I think we did extra small. Clearly that's all we could do. Put you there. Drop you. Give me a rotate. No. And then yank you back out. There you go. It's two of them. Brought out to the edges on either side. Yeah, and then the triangles are small enough that I can do that. I can take it all the way through. Yep. I remember now. Just waiting for the game to crash again. We know it's coming. No, it's not going to happen, Pawn. They wouldn't design and sell a game for as much money as this game is sold for that crashed constantly. They wouldn't do that. They're professionals. Alt X. This, and then over here. It doesn't crash that much. I'm just, taking the piss now because there's so much else to take the piss. So why not just stack it up and start criticizing things that don't even, deserve criticism. And another thing! There you go. Those two in place. Pawn, get your tits out. No, I can't. We don't have the right environment. No pants equals best pants. I can take my pants off. That's no problem. Nobody can see them, so not an issue there. Drop you down. Merge you in. Find the spot where everybody is just screaming at me in the background. Stop! Stop doing it! Let me out of here! I don't want to watch this live stream anymore. You've been building the same thing for 3 hours. Just let us go home. We don't want any part of this monstrosity. I don't either, but we all have to live here now. This is hell. It's other people. And for the developers, if they ever find these live streams, it'll be me. Really, though, guys. Come on. Am I... If you've managed to find this, am I wrong about the bounding boxes being ridiculous sizes? Am I wrong about your calculations being ridiculous sizes? Oh, no! We're out of drive on the old fuck. Out of space on the old fuck drive. Oh, what are you gonna do? You mean your pants aren't off already, Pawn? I mean, they were earlier. I may have blacked out and taken them off again. Place it? Did you place it? You didn't, even though I clicked right on it. You all saw me click and heard like a little thing. It made a noise, right? But it didn't have... Control X. Bounding boxes for these being ridiculous. Bounding boxes for your objects being ridiculous. Multi-bounding boxes being ridiculous. And it just... The fact that you didn't take care of that... Simple thing that everybody already knows how to do, and all 3D designers just start from a certain square one on that. The fact that you didn't do that right has made so much else here just not work quite right. It's just not quite right, is it? I swear to God, I just clicked the tick again. You saw it, right? And it didn't. Are we? And when I click off, it's not stopping, so I'm not sure if it's placed. Okay, it was. It made a duplicate. All right, gotcha. Yes, so consistent is what I would like to say. Now, all of you, this is where it crashed last time. So actually, save the park. Yes, overwrite day 6. There you go. And then resume, and then get back into the building, back into the part, back making the selection. Ding, 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 ding. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Got to make you understand. Never going to give you up. Although, Jesus, Hologram 1. Didn't we say there are rooms on Discord that are basically just designed for you in the way that you use language? Advance, move, and dupulate. This is what I'm talking about, okay? Ready? Here's what we're talking about, everybody. As you can see from the size of this object, the bounding box is from here to here to here to here to here. In 3 dimensions, that would be the size of your bounding box in any typical game. That being the size of the bounding box, the rotate on point would be in the center. But as we can see, the rotation point is actually outside of the bounding box of even this item by a few meters, which means when I spin it, it does that instead of spinning on the middle. These are not parts that are attached to a grid. These are grid-free, so you can move them wherever you want. Why? Why would that be the center of this object, this collection of objects? Why would the center, the dragging point for this, where the bounding box would be like here, be over there? We just saw that the 3D rotational bounding box is about like this. And yet, over here, I'm not just making stuff up. And I don't think anybody in chat is, you know, against me on this premise. I'm just saying, if Frontier ever makes their way over here, Jesus God, people. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you charging people for? There we go. Okay, now you can't multi-select parts and then color them. You can? Okay, as long as they're shapes, you can? Oh my god. Alright. Alright, this is good. I'm glad that that works. As long as they're just shapes, apparently they fall into the same category, and you can do that. However, I can't use my selection because it doesn't remember my... This isn't the color, is it? No, definitely not the color. So we go over here. I wish I could share this with you. Also, because this happens every time. Let me show you another little bug I found. Take no, not that. Take the chat down for a moment. Okay, so these are your recent colors, alright? And if this does what it always does, I'm going to click on this, alright? In 3, 2, 1, clicking on that color. That color was not added to my recent colors by clicking on it. It wasn't, 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 it wasn't. Now I'm going to just start clicking with all the buttons. Right click, middle click, right click, middle click. So it's not selecting that color. So you'd think, oh, you can't select your recent color and move it over to your recent colors thing so that you can select it elsewhere. You just can't do that. You can't select the color of the object. Now I'm going to do this. There. There, it just moved it there. Just moved it there. Now I've got that recent color selected and moved over to the other one. There you go. Quality design. Quality game design. Now I can take that color and reselect all these objects and then be able to pull that color from my recent colors list. You know what we need to do? We need to just like cut this portion of the stream right down and then just tweet Frontier with the highlight from this moment. What the fuck is with your bounding boxes? What the fuck is with your color systems? How did it never occur to you that having a blue selection around something that you're trying to figure out what the color is going to be a problem for coloring the object? You know, I change the color and then I have to deselect the object to see what color I actually got out of it when I'm trying to pick color schemes. I will never, ever... No one is ever going to offer me the opportunity to, like, promote their game, I'll tell you that. No one's ever going to see Ronin Pawn material and say, I want to make sure that this guy is repping my game for me. This guy's good. This guy's, I'm fair. I'm fair. I don't get down on, This Is the Police the way I do. I get down on this. I don't get down on Cluster Truck the way I get down on this. I don't get down on... Subnautica I got down on, didn't I? KSP I get down on. I'm just, you know, I think I'm being fair to what is actually here in the game and what, you know, a game designer should know and be looking at and say, that isn't right. Tier 20, they needed to beat Roller Coaster World to market, says Jermasian. That's what they were thinking? That's what the game designers were thinking? Then why didn't they fix it after they released it? Well, because it already sold, so let's move on to the next thing. Yeah, so then I am being fair in ripping them a new asshole, because you don't care about the product that you send to market, well, you need to be reviewed appropriately. This is shit. You did a shit job at this. Absolutely horrible. Where, you know what, there is a, isn't there like a half ceiling that you know what, don't worry about it, Paul. Doesn't even matter. Is that I just saved it for a reason. I think we're done, aren't we? That's the arch. We've done it, people. We've got the arch built. Look. I mean, there's no doorway. Maybe we could do that. That would be on the other side, and that would make it even deeper. And I think that's good for the arch. I'm not weird. I'm perfectly normal for me. They'd have been beaten RCTW even if they'd have beaten Roller Coaster Tycoon. Is that what it is? Like Roller Coaster Tycoon World, even if they never released their game? Is that what happened? I have no idea. Everyone was so excited to play Planet Coaster, yes. Like all of these people are excited to be let out of Planet Coaster. Please, for the love of God, the developers didn't do the bounding boxes, didn't pay attention to coloration, they got the ticks that you have to interface with go off of the screen, the friggin' controls, we just want to leave! Please, for the love of God, let us out of this game! This is a good... Ah, bird! We found a bird! Yeah, this should be edited into a video on the Ronin Pawn channel, shouldn't it? And then if I do edit this, then it'll be like right from that comment, it'll... Oh, so let's rebuild the entrance to the park. Or I could just delete all this crap and make the entrance more the color that I want it to be. Hey, now that I know I can delete the entrance, why not do that, eh? We just... that's terrain. Oh. Well, actually, I need the terrain as flat over here as it is. I need it to be flat all the way going if the paths are gonna line up appropriately. Oh! Undo that a little bit. But yeah, I need to, all the way down here where the path works, I need to drag that flattened terrain all the way through. Are you not flattening anymore? Because the sound effect stopped, but it was still gray and selected, so I don't know. And the sound effect, it just isn't even happening now, so I still don't know. It's fine, it's wonderful, they did great. They did great. So yeah, that should be flattened to terrain now, and then the paths, and then hold down delete, and just... There's an entrance back here I should be able to attach my paths to, right? So if I just... Oh, I can't delete beyond that. I see. So that's where those... I gotcha. Okay. Well then, from there will be the entrance to the park. You said it was under Shops and Facilita. And then... so I'm just going to type in entrance. Entrance. I'm going to go to custom. And then type in entrant. Entertainment. Park entrance gate. Aha. So there you go. I place that there and then I have to... Oh, there you go. It's like, I have to attach it. Don't tell me I have to attach it later. It's that it has to be in a certain spot. Can I have you, like, snapped to the... No. Screw it, Pawn. It's good. We're open for business, except for we're not. This is actually good, because I'll be able to keep the path at the size that I wanted it at, that I had it at before, until we get right down to this doorway, which was a thing I wasn't able to do before. In fact, can I get a length of, say... My mouse was right there. Could you... Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. No. It's... Wait, what? Move notification to Action Center. There you go. Okay, can I have a 2, please? I know you want out of this game. We all do, ma'am. It's not gonna happen. Snapping on. Snapping on. Is this, like, correct, though? Because we got so much space on one side of the wall. Yes, we do. That's the way it was. Perfect. Just like that. And then, yeah, it's not gonna work that way, is it? Probably not. Length down, width down to small as you can get it, I guess? Yeah, it's gonna do that when it tries to pull out. That's okay. Is that okay? I think that's okay. Can I have railing on ground paths, please? Because I wanted them there. And railing here, and then 2 there. Yes. And then no railing on the paths that are going... I mean, maybe they will have it in the long run because it's going to go through the holodeck. But from there on out, let's just have a nice long-ass path that connects pretty much straightishly to the... No, not from that side, because we know that ain't going to work. Like you, and then... Hey. Alright. Alright, now I've got black paths all the way through my park, which is nicer than it was before. It does, like, scooge a little bit to the left, but what the hell ever. Nice! Nice, nice. And look at how the poles go into the wall. I like that. I like that. We did it, everybody. In just 3 hours, we made this. That's it. That's these 3 hours. And somehow I had an audience for doing that. There's something wrong with all of you. There's something wrong with all of you. Delete it! Are we done for the day? Is that it? We're done for the day. Good work, Pawn. We just that. It actually feels like we're done for the day. Let's try and, I don't know, if I select all these pieces, maybe they'll move nicely, down the wall, and I can at least, you know, finish off the interiors here. Can I get hold of the rails, though? Yes, okay, I just got a camera angle from a certain, because it was selecting the other thing when I thought I was selecting that. Matt Foley, 69, is now following. Thank you, Matt Foley. And, it's a sexy sort of a thing you got going there, isn't it? Can I control X? No, because some of these are on the grid system. Some of these parts are grid system parts. If I deselect you two, now I can control X. There we go. Tier 5. Also, everyone, I'm about to upload a work-in-progress clip from that long-term project I'm working on. Let me know if anyone wants to see it. Okay. The 80s something and an 80s something something is what you were saying. Yes. He's uploading it now, everyone. That, and then... Go ahead and give me another one, I guess. Wow, it didn't switch into just keep making them mode? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, give me another one. And then maybe this will even be perfect for putting little column beams in between them. It looks almost right-ish. Where are you attached? Yeah, I'm gonna move all of those... Ah, crap. Yeah, crap. Should be there, and then you guys just delete. It'll be easier to delete than it will be to select you all and move you. Just delete all you. Nope, it won't be. It's neither easier nor less easy. I still have to select all these things in order to duplicate them again. Can I have you? And you? And then Control-D? No! Oh, crap. Which means I have to reselect again entirely, because also another thing this game didn't think about was, you know, when you drop a selection, and you have to, and that sort of thing, should we maintain the selection or not when you escape back out of what you've just done? Control-X was what I meant to do. Just really, just aces. Ace. They did so good here. Like that, and like that. Yes. And that's enough down that side of the wall, and then the deal is going to be, give me these. Boom. Boom. Me boom boom boom. Like that. And then possibly nothing there. Okay. Just going with whatever I can use. Give me you. And come on. Come on. You were there for a second. It's weird trying to figure out whether you're going up or down in order to get it where you need it with the mouse. Do I move it up in order to move it toward me or down? In this instance, in that direction. There we go. So we've got that going down one side of the wall. We'll finish this interior as well. Commentary isn't done yet, so my whiny-ass voice isn't on it. Ice cream. I'd just like to point out, Pawn, the holodeck was not at the end of a corridor. It was a door off a hallway. Was the holodeck attached to an Enterprise that was exited into a theme park? Because that's what we're doing! Give me you, and you, and you, and you, and you guys as well? Yeah, what the hell not. It's easier to delete once you got them in position, if that's what you end up doing. Give me all you guys, Control-X, advance, move, duple, duples, I don't know. What am I doing back down here when I go through things? I didn't go through them with the lights. Okay, so don't go through them with the... Yeah, alright. But I did go, like... Did I go straight through? Is that what I just saw? Oh, no, they end there. Okay. Just trying to follow my procedure here. So the end of the little bulkheads at the bottom, yeah, they do line up like so. Maybe a little bit out from where that is. Like that. That's fine. Give me that. And then give me another Control X. And slidey. And I'm going to have to do some work with the... No, maybe not. Maybe not. Just line the lights up. And then see how everything else lines up. Looks okay. I'm not seeing like a bunch of crazy texture tearing that I can't deal with. Like that. I should do this on this side as well. So you would be about there, right? Across from the other one? Yes. And then on this side, you would be... Ah, crap. I dropped it a bit. You would be there, so that follows a bit. But the lights that I have placed do not just go straight through the beams. So that's something to bear in mind and watch out for, Mr. Ronin Pawn. Well then, these are going to have to move in some way. And they go through the wall on this side of things too. Should be okay. They do need to line up a little bit better, don't they? If I just have you and stretch you out a bit. No. Absolutely not. Undo that. How about if I take all three of you and just slide you a little bit more centered in that wall? Yeah, that looks better. And then you guys, you're not going to go through there. You're not going to be on the end like that either. Do it like this. Yeah, because that would be the center of that object. Why would you choose one end? I don't understand why you would do it that way. Why anyone would do any of these things this way. I don't understand. Give me the three of you, because it worked out pretty well on the last one. So, and then... what am I going to do with this bastard? I don't know, maybe you just get rid of those three, and then take these three, and Control X, slide you down the wall, and have you like that. Derp. Derp-a-derp. Cheer 5, Pawn, Hollow is cyberbullying again. She does that quite often, doesn't she? And she uses whips and just quit it! Stop it! It's also the least interesting, least exciting part of the whole episode, but it's the first bit that's more than 75% done. Oh, that's what you're uploading, a guy called Pie. Pie, that's just because your voice sucks. What mic did you get, Pie? I don't have a voice. I don't have a mic. How am I ever going to do this? We'll take out the word bullying, and it's just cybering. Yeah, that's true. Well, take out the word. Yeah, that's about what she does. You got it. Nailed her. But not in that way. Please don't. We could use less of that. In my chat. Seriously. I should probably, like, I'm not trying to encourage it, but at the same time, you know, I gotta make funny, and that's easy funny, you know. Dick jokes. Just solid stuff. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Oh, yeah, especially coming in. Coming in, that's already looking good. Something needs to be done for the end here, and what I was seeing was that these things didn't want to really do an end, but I can maybe force them if I can get the grid size on 1 meter. I could possibly put you in there. Spin you around a little bit. Yeah. And then on the other side, yes. And then, what are you going to do, bud? I'm going to want these, if I can get them in the right spot. Should be, yeah. That's going to work. Not like that, but it's going to work. Right? You are attached to the... You're not attached to the wall there. Kind of. It's not what I want, but it might be tolerable. Will you... Shut up! Will you be on the 4-meter grid now? Because it is more convenient. Just wish I had the option to get off of the damn grid. Or, you know, get down to all of the marks of the grid. Yeah, that kind of sucks that it's right there. If it were just one tick further in, if the whole thing could be one tick further in, and we know we can budget and bodge it and force it. That's a possibility. prefer not to, if I don't have to. These areas tend to look better when I go ahead and, like, double them up and put a lot in there. What are you doing? Go down to 1 meter, apparently, for you. You gotta be attached there and there. And then from where you were attached, I go to 4 meter, and then it snaps to the place I want it to. That's what's so weird about this grid system, is that it, like, locks you down, and there are things you can't do, but it's also fluid, and it's like, what the hell is actually the hell going on the hell? You know? This isn't gonna work, is it? There's not gonna be enough space between these two to make that work. Well, let's have a look, Paul. Let's just shove it in there and see what we get. And do like that. Do you come out the other side? You don't. See, it would be perfect if I could just move all this back by 1. If I could have this, it could all be moved back by 1 tick. But it didn't want to, did it? If I just move you, where are the places you'll be? You're either there or nowhere else. Now that I've picked you up, you won't even go where I had you before. Well, because you need to be on 1 meter mode. Why is it not available to change the grid size while I'm doing maneuvers? Well, I've got it selected. Frontier. Here's the move. So I can either be there or there, and what I want is like halfway. Shall we bodge it again? We've still got ridge tile roof left edge available. If I spin you like this and drop you, I have no fucking clue. But potentially, if I were to drop it like there, and then use your grid for movement of this piece. Now he's up 1. And he's not in the right place. Alright, but I am on your grid system here, so if I switch down to the 1 meter, since the game always changes whatever you're doing, without regard for what you want it to do, go down to the 1 meter for the height, and then move. Okay, and then I should be able to move it back up. That is akin to what I wanted, but now it's into... No, that's not it, is it? Because it would have to be there. What I wanted was there, but in by 1. So that did not work. Didn't it? No. It did not. Delete you and move you back by 1 or in by 1. We'll go try in by 1. Get rid of this. And then spin. Find the spot. Was it there? And that's where I want it now? I'm not sure. I'm gonna put it there this time. And then, select grid of this guy and move the thing selected based on that grid. I think that's the right place. Right? Yes, it is. Okay, so now I just need grid size, like so, probably grid height down to 1 meter, and then move you again, and then Yes? I think yes. I think yes. Now the question is, can I get you guys to go onto that grid system as well? We're going to screw it up just by interacting with it, aren't I? And then I'm going to lose the grid system. If I haven't already. You, on your grid system... In fact, fuck it. Delete all this shit. I think we got the best chance if I just delete all this shit. And then you... And then I duplicate from you... And you should be on that grid system. Except for you're out by 1. What am I doing? It's the wrong thing is what you're doing. You need to be in by 1. Hit derp. Like that. And then duplicate. And this guy comes over here. That? Yes. Yeah. Okay. And then, I need these, but if I duplicate them from there, they'll be on that grid system. I need them on this grid system, so what I need is to just make a new one. What are you guys called? Panel wall 1 meters. Oh, is that all? Okay. Panel, under walls, or everything. It's 2 meter. There's 1 meter. Okay? Where are you? You're here. Drag you up a bit. Bring you over here. You're the wrong color and everything, but balls to it if you're working, and you're not. Need you up by half a thing again. That. And then, yeah, that's the place I want you. I want you there. I want you there. There and there. Are you the right color? Oh, now that you're in place, you look entirely different because you don't have the stupid fucking blue blob selection thing on. I did it! I got it exactly the way I want it. And then delete, and then quick, 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 quick! Save the park. Save it, oh save it, quick, before the game crashes. Why is everyone here trans or Dutch? And why aren't there any Dutch trans people here? That's the more important question. Where are all the Dutch trans people? Where have all the Dutch trans gone? Long time. Edit the building with the selected part. Don't tell me that what I did just wasn't in the building. It's gotta be, because it was on the grid system, yes. So give me a duplicate, and then, yep, in there, and on this side, if you wouldn't mind. Where are you? Where... Oh yeah, you don't do that on that side. It's just reminding you that we don't do that on this side. Hold on. You're right. You're right. Do I have continuation of the glass? Probably. Control X. Slide the glass down. Thank you. And can all of this come down as well? Get close and look down on it in order to grab that selection. Wait. It's Control, not Shift, for double selections in this one. X, and what the hell? Use the local axes, apparently. You know, when we got so off. Are you going to be through the wall on the other side? You are if I don't do it right. Who built Moff Daffo slab? Me too. In fact, split it into thirds if you're going to do that. Okay. That side's good. This side less good. You know, we're actually accomplishing something. Just building a corridor that leads to a thing. But it's working, technically. In the most technical sense. Wait a second. Yeah, you're not supposed to overlap, friend. That's a problem for you and me. What about that? Where do you... Yeah, you go right through everything. When the hell did I do that? And who did that? That wasn't me. I didn't. You did. Well, I shouldn't have. No, you shouldn't have. How do we get these spaced properly? Because these are all spaced well. They're 1, 2, 3, and the 3 are merged together. So 2 of them are merged together. Gotcha. Got it. Understood, Captain. But these aren't 1, 2, 3. These are 1, 2s. And actually, that just works. So delete this one, and you're there. And then you go over here. It's a little, you know, visual math, I guess is what you'd call it. I used to do very well on visual math in my testing in school. You wouldn't know that from watching me here, but it's true. It happened. X, and then you're just gonna have to do that, because we don't want you guys passing through those columns. And then you, I presume, are... In fact, can I just delete you? Yeah. This guy comes down here. Are you... Yeah, it looks right when I slide it. I want the axis to be off, and then everything gets scooged and scudged and booged and wudged. I'm gonna do like that. And then you make Control X, and then we'll just line up the tips. There we go, a couple of tips there. Touching them tips. It's always fun. It's always good. Everybody loves tip touching. And then there's not going to be a panel there, or that, or even one of these. I could probably fit one of those in there. Will you drop it? I could probably do one of these in here. If I wanted to. I don't think I want to. Kind of like that. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do instead. It's on this side. Yeah, give me both of them. I'm gonna... like that do. Yeah, except for it doesn't want to, like, hover in space. For whatever reason you decided to hover it in space, game. I actually wanted that against the wall that my mouse was touching, when my mouse was touching it. Surprisingly enough, you know, flat objects, yeah, you tend to want them against a surface and not just hovering in midair. It's just my experience. I could be, you know, maybe it's just me. It's probably just me. You know, just a little bit to the left. I don't know. Close enough? Close enough. Shut up! No one cares. I don't believe I'm meant to be a girl. I've always felt like the female energy is more prominent. What? I don't believe I'm meant to be a girl. I've always felt like the female energy is more prominent. What, in society? If you feel like you're not meant to, what are you talking about? Pawn did a great big speech about transgenderism a few years back. It was the last piece in a very large puzzle stretching back further than I can remember, says Hologram 1. Whose puzzle? That puzzle, I mean, really? I mean, I think everyone has that confusion. For me, it was just where I fell on the old Kinsey scale. Okay? Interesting conversation you're having while I'm just sitting in here, you know, bitching about Frontier. I'm like 90% a guy, but sometimes I just wish I looked good in a dress, but I'm too fat, my shoulders are too wide. Why are there no names? Yeah, that's my common experience. I wish I had a taper to my waist. I'm just a very rectangular person. Also, there's some hair in here. It takes so much effort to get rid of it. I was actually one of Pawn's first YouTube subscribers, but I never showed myself. Always hiding and shy. Really? I had no idea, Hologram 1. Did I? Yeah, there are days when I wish I could temporarily female, too. I wouldn't want it to be permanent, says a guy Cold Pie. That's the thing about, you know, I'm so glad that we're finally getting there, like, societally, around genders and sexual identities, is one does not, you know, preclude the next. You don't have to be this to be that. And, by the way, it's all a, you know, big, open grayscale. It's not binary, it's not black and white, it's not gay or heterosexual, it's not, transgender or gender typical or, I don't know, whatever, you know, the other thing. It's not any of that. Everything and everyone, almost, you know, exists on a scale, alright? I'm sure that there are one or two very odd people out there who actually are, like, fully heterosexual, or fully homosexual, or fully, you know, just testosterone, I'm a man. And they aren't just completely, I mean, I would imagine you're just screwed up if you're like that. It's all a grayscale, and, you know, like, my thing, I think where I've landed is that, you know, I like to drag, infrequently, to be honest. Not that often, you know, I would be doing it more often, I suppose, if there were people around me who were doing it, but, yeah, I like to drag, but I wouldn't call myself transgender just because I don't want to, you know, I don't feel like it's accurate, and I don't think it's fair to people who are actually, you know, transgender and feel more comfortable in the opposite gender's role more of the time than, you know, I'm not, I just enjoy drag. I enjoy putting on the appearance and the, mannerisms and just being a woman for a bit of time. And it's an experience that I recommend to everyone, no matter how much male testosterone you've got, or how much, you know, feminine estrogen you've got. If you can find a way to become the other gender for a little bit of time, it's only going to make your understanding of yourself and everyone around you that much clearer and better. You will be improved by it. You have to look good, and guy clothes don't... What? Suits are sexy if they're tailored right, because you have to look good, and guy clothes don't like sexy, don't look sexy. I don't know. Ronan Pawn, the short of the conversation is that I used to be very shy and didn't know why, but in the end, you were the reason I'm the person I am now. Well, you're very just... You could use some more shy! Just out there, and it's all over the place. Tripping over it. I'm glad to hear that, Hologram 1. I'm glad to hear that. Women who don't dress according to feminine beauty standards are sexy, like yours, are sexy by definition, says a guy called by. I'm definitely more often attracted to women who look comfortable, who don't look like they're putting something on, who don't look like they're putting on airs for someone, or for society at large, you know. When I see a woman in a big baggy sweatshirt and, you know, jeans and just looking comfortable, that is attractive to me, more so than most of the pretty, that people would call it. I'm not often attracted to magazine model-looking people. Just doesn't do it for me. I guess what I'm attracted to is actually more of an energy than you know, a body type or an image or something like that. It's something that tells me you're free. You're freeing yourself. Save the game, save the game. Before everything crashes, Pawn. Save the game. Oh, low out of dead space. It's almost gonna die. Save the game. Save the game. A guy called Pie Cheering 5, yeah, comfortable, practical, dapper, whatever. If she enjoys dressing well, I hope it's the same way that I do, and not in a princessish, girly way. And the thing is, you know, that's fun too. Like, I'm okay with that. But it's like, when I meet you and I'm, you know, if we're just out in public and we're no place particular, you know, the girl who looks like she's comfortable in herself, in her own skin, and not putting on airs, that's the girl who I'm going to look at twice. You know, the girl who walks by and it's just all out there and, you know, that kind of stuff. If I look twice, it's going to be like, Jesus, she's brave, isn't she? it's a bold choice, isn't it? But the girl who I might be attracted to tends to be the girl who's just dressed, you know, comfortably. Doesn't mean you're not wearing a dress. You just look comfortable in yourself, in your own skin, not pretending to be someone or something that you're, you know, for someone else. That said, dress up is fun, you know? I love the way I look in a nice suit when I really clean myself up and all that kind of stuff. I don't really have good clothes, so it very rarely happens. It's not, you know, there's no hard and fast rules about it. I'm not saying, I don't want a girl who ever puts on some makeup and dolls herself up and that kind of thing. No, I know it's all fun. But, you know, I'm just looking for... I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for it. I'm just hoping that I stumble onto it, I guess. Because, honestly, I don't know what I'm looking for. But I know I deserve it. And I know what I deserve. This is a nice long corridor. It's, like, the perfect length, I'd say, too, for what I would design this to be. Because you, like, want them coming in, and first you just want them going, oh, wow. Oh, wow. But there's nothing really to see other than this, because then you get to, like, drink this in and go, oh, wow. And then... you know, it's the perfect length, and then you see, oh, there's something over here. Oh my God, space outside the windows and stuff like that. I think it's very good. Tier 5. All right, this unfinished as hell thing is done, says a guy called Pie. Guy called Pie has posted his link in chat to the video he's been working on. We may have just come to the end of this video because I don't think that we really want to. I know, you know, you guys have to get to bed at some point. I didn't wake up until noon, and I blacked out when I went to bed in the first place. We need another holodeck. I'm not a fan of this one. And it's actually easier to just start from scratch than to try and do that. So we're going to build a holodeck here, and that's going to be the last friggin' thing. This is going to be the last thing, and then it's just a matter of figuring out how we're going to have the park exit by foot in this direction, because once you've passed by the bridge of the USS Enterprise, you're going to come around a corner, this has to be hidden, and then I want like a big, like whichever direction you walk out of the Enterprise, it's got to be a reveal to the rest of the park. And I'm trying to hide the park from your vision as you're entering the park so that you can't see it. You're coming off of, you know, you're coming out of your fake life that you lived on the holodeck into the holodeck, and that's all you see. And then you pass through all of this, and, you know, you either go down here and jump on the cargo transit, into, you know, out into the park that way, which is made, specifically, I put a lot of time and effort into getting these paths. This was an hour job just getting these paths to work so that they would be handicap friendly. They're ramps. So we can have, you know, handicapped, we can have people in wheelchairs come into and enjoy our park entering this way, and those who can walk up this flight of stairs get to see the Enterprise, and then you come out, boom, and the rest of the park is in front of you. That's what we're going for right now. Tier 5. Make the rest of the park a giant holodeck, says a guy called... No. The current holodeck is too sinister and modern, says a guy called Pie. Yeah, I know. I was actually quite surprised to find out that the holodeck, the interior, was like a black with yellow. I guess it'd been a long time since I saw TNG's holodeck, because I think I was thinking more in lines of the Voyager holodeck. Which still had similar design stuff, but there was like there's diagonal girders between it, and it's less black and more like, you know, steel gray tones and stuff to it. But TNG's holodeck was very much a, you know, cartoon or a crayon drawing somebody made that they put on a green screen behind them whenever they opened the door most of the time. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I think we'll call it at that. All we really did over the past 3.5 hours was build this archway. And yet somehow, you know, we've had 15 to 20 people here the whole time. And that's all that I expect out of a Planet Coaster stream, because I know that this is how it's going to go. I would love to find a better way to do these lights, but I can't. I haven't found that yet. So this is good enough. I suppose. We're getting that appearance of the holodeck where it's got that booty sort of thing. It's got a nice booty, you know what I'm talking about? It's got this booty. Got, you know, the boots that come down, we got controls on one side, little panel, and the lights popping down and curved at the corners, and we've managed to, you know, get as close as I could come up with over the course of a number of hours with this thing in Planet Coaster. And we've also learned a number of tricks about how to push the grid system around, and it's still hell. Like, I don't understand where I need to put a thing in reference to where I want to get it, but we can manage it. And we've extended the corridor, we got the paths working, we repositioned the entrance. I'm saying it as though we did a lot. We definitely didn't. I'm not even pretending. I don't even have airs, not putting on airs about that. We did not really accomplish much today. But it was a good live stream, it was fun, and I was glad to do it. You know, there are some live streams where we end, and I'm like, oh, that didn't go well. Jesus, I wish I would have done something different around that, or, you know, I could have, but this went good. I'm happy for this. I'm taking off that outer layer because the next time that we come into Planet Coaster, whenever that is, we will be building this outer layer as the holodeck. So these walls will be holodeck, and they will be doing something that doesn't look at all like that. That's not right. That just doesn't feel good. But that's where we stand, everybody. So what do we do today? I need to save it at just the right position so that the save file shows, you know, what this day was about. And that's going to be like that. Yeah. Save the park one more time at Promise Park, Day 6. Save you. Boom. Now when I go to load a park, not from this menu, but from the main menu, it will show it. Show what we're looking for. You will lose any unsaved changes. I just saved it. We're fine. We're fine. Hey, hey, look, listen. This is RMAJ. I need to move my recordings off of D. It's where it's putting them, or not D, F, the fuck drive. If I move it over to D, I've got 548.6 gigs free. F is like, it's an SSD or something. It's very small. It's not a lot of space. Anyway, that was Planet Coaster. Buddy. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for sticking around, for watching me, you know, just flail at the game. It's good. I feel very good about that. I feel good about the fact that, like, kind of, I finally dug my heels into my complaints against Frontier, like, got them all in one place and showed them off instead of just feeling like I'm here, like, yelling about things and maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. No, like, I finally got all my complaints into one location, and it's like, yes, this, and this, and what about that? And that made sense to me. And also, you know, we figured out how to work around some of the limitations. Vaughn, please watch my video and hate it, like it like you should. Hate it like you should. I thought you were saying hate it or like... No, hate it like you should. Okay. It's unfinished and not very good. I changed you. I'm changing your language. At the end of the live streams, I don't fucking cuss. Shit. Let's end the stream with Pi's videos, is why are there no names. Okay, let's all watch Pi's video, you know, on our own. Because if we all watch it through my link, then he won't have views on it. Everybody go check out the video. Pi, feel free to post that link again if you can, if the link thing is allowable. Post it one more time. Check out Pi's video right here. Stream delay. Check out Pi's video, and in the meantime, our next live stream will be this Wednesday. It will be a Wednesday Zensday. There it is! There it is! Go click on that. It will be a Wednesday Zensday. We'll be playing American Truck Simulator or something else that lends itself to a discussion about Zen, and I do have some things in mind to talk about in terms of Zen, which I don't always. Still seems to work out. So join us there this Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. American Truck Simulator possibly, definitely Zensday. I am the Ronin Pawn. That is Pi's video. And I'll see you next time. Strip pawns, says RMAJ. I'm not in the right scenario. I need a pole back here. I need some bouncers. I need some fuzzy handcuffs. Whips, chains. I need dollar bills being shoved down my crotch. That always turns me on. This is a weird way to end the stream. Pawn out! She was clean as she was white. In it swam the savior, having the time of her